Walking on the glow, chocolate. You glow as well like a lava lamp. Back through the cars, I glide like a jet. Lips in my mouth, lips on your neck.
There's that bar that was on the new Danny Brown, JPEG Mafia, like there's deluxe for the album that came out.
Yeah.
And there was a bar about how JPEG Mafia is like, I'm not Baby Keem, I don't need handouts for my cousin or whatever. And I'm like, damn, he just said...
Bam!
Like, it's usually subtle in rap beefs, even though I don't think it's going to be rap beef, but he's just sending direct shots.
Danny
PG
Brown.
Lang's fucking direction.
Well, who cares? Like, why does JPEG Mafia care?
Well, just the whole nepotism thing of just like, fuck you, I've made it on my own or whatever. It's just like a brag bar. I don't think it's anything
at the same time, it's like, what did Baby Keem do something to him? Like, I don't get why people are just starting beef for
That's
no
my
reason.
favorite kind of beef. Totally unprompted, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Rappers from totally different sides.
I've got opinions, and you're gonna hear them.
Yeah, well, this is the Rapcast, by the way. I'm Alex.
Yeah. Speaking of opinions, nobody wants to hear.
You do the intro. You do the intro. You do the name thing. You do the intro this time.
If it's your first time, podcasting is a thing where you listen to two guys talk, and eventually you stop listening and you turn it off.
If it's our show, it's about 3-4 minutes in, and you stop listening.
Those are the best bits, but we appreciate all viewership. Anyway, to get to my point, an album we never got around to reviewing, but maybe, I don't know, at the end of the year we'll talk about it. Scaring the Hoes, Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia. Along with the whole spirit of the album being very internet-y, trolling.
Oh, the track names.
Referencing Elon Musk, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Jack Harlow.
Hot button issues. Yeah, naming a song after Jack Harlow combo meal. I think it goes along with the theme in this latest diss to Baby Keem. Which is not... I don't know if it's really a diss.
I didn't actually hear it. I just saw it on Twitter, so...
Yeah. Anyway, they put out a deluxe, but we'll talk about it some other day.
At some point. The worst thing that album gave to me was that I'm like, I guess I'm a hoe. Because I was a little bit too... I've listened to it a few times, but I didn't save it at all. And I haven't gone back to it. And I'm like, maybe I'm a hoe.
Are you
scared?
You heard it here first, folks.
Were you scared?
Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm a hoe. And the voice you're hearing now is Andrew, a.k.a. Young Jizz. We did a little bit of the intros before, but I'm going to do it again because... we have to be aware of our audio audience now, because I'm sure there might be some.
Yeah.
This is Alex, to the right of me.
Yeah, we've already done jokes about whose voice is more masculine or feminine.
I win the feminine aspect.
And that is Josh, a.k.a. J Pasty. To the left of me, check out our YouTube page to see the video portion of this podcast. We do a lot of visual bits. We prefer, honestly, if you watch there, but we're just like, you know what, we'll play the podcast game. We'll get it up on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
If you're on the go and you can't just watch YouTube like that,
just know that we're everywhere. That we're invading.
We're invading all the spaces.
I was thinking, if you're on a road trip and you put on our podcast, you can't watch the YouTube. But then again, thank you for watching our podcast if you're doing a road trip out of all the podcasts you chose to listen to on a road trip.
The only time someone would ever do that is if the road trip is coming from somewhere to us to kill us.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that's the only time they would actually
were just
play our
seething
pod.
in the car the more we talk.
They just do a detour.
It's like, I've never been more ready in my life.
Yeah. They're so wrong about Little Uzi Vert. They just have to come and.
And if you are listening to this on a road trip right now, you just missed your exit.
Shoot!
Now you're gonna have to circle around.
And even if you didn't, you're gonna be thinking about it the whole time now.
And if you want more of these delightful little hijinks, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Superfinger Inc. INC. And that's enough of the plugging for our own thing. I believe
to our rabid. That's not a word. Rabid followers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for not keeping up as well with the pod lately, but we have been doing creative shit. It's just not. Yes. It's not ready for the public just yet.
Got some videos we did that were pretty
music
funny,
videos, comedy skits. It's all in due time.
Yeah, it's all processing.
Productive summer over here. And
speaking of, check out our newest kind of behind-the-scenes video for Fanny Pack, which is a rap group that I'm involved in with my buddies that we do. It's filmed right here of us making some stupid songs for the 1 year anniversary of Please Don't Call the Cops, our album. Check that out as well on Bandcamp and SoundCloud and YouTube.
And the cops never got called.
Not once.
Thanks to...
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
He's on their good side.
So that'll be coming up on later on in the pod.
Yes, we're getting into Killer Mike, Static Select, a little bit of Dominic Fike, new singles from Doja Cat and Earth Gang, and many others. Little Uzi Vert we're going to talk about as well. A bunch of stuff.
But I kind of wanted to start off this pod on a bit of a report about just... First of all, just the overall... In the overall world of mainstream rap, it's kind of been a drought this year.
Yeah. I think most heavy rap fans would agree with you.
Sure, like Lil Uzi Vert and Young Thug put out albums recently.
But Travis Scott is dropping the 28th, and we'll talk about that.
So far, nothing has really, like, reached into, like, the top 10 Billboard shit, really. Like, the Billboard is all...
Except for
Morgan Wallen
Uzi did
and
get
fucking...
number one. He took over Morgan Wallen.
For 5 minutes or whatever, but, like, no one's really listening to it like that, you know?
But it is, like, to that point, though, is that when you think about... You need to have a, peak and valley kind of thing. You like, last year was, like, such a peak with so many good fucking albums dropping that, of course, it's not gonna... It pales in comparison, because everybody's still got to recharge after all that build-up of, like... You let out a big one.
Yeah.
And then, like, you gotta recoup and you gotta recharge.
But there's tons of people, and there is good music that has come out recently,
For sure.
but just nothing on that level that's...
Nothing huge.
Reaching, like, non-hip-hop fans.
And it's not like every artist and their mother dropped last year. Like, we're still waiting on the Rocky album, which he's been teasing for, it seems like, forever. I guess Drake is coming out with an album later this summer, so he claims. Travis Scott is finally coming out. Childish Gambino is still nowhere to be found. Chance the Rapper is quiet. Like, a bunch of these still, like, pretty prominent rappers that, like, still have something to prove, or, like, people are still looking out for their next project to kind of see where they fall in their career. Still are not needing to drop, but I would be wanting them to drop.
It's been a lot of crickets this year.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I was thinking maybe, like, does this kind of happen every summer, like, during a certain month or, like, month and a half period where there's just not much going on? I feel like maybe last year there was a stretch
maybe
there
like
where
2 or 3 weeks where nothing really, but
then
last year was huge.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar and everybody put out their things, and it was...
This is a little bit different because it is peak summertime right now. I don't know if you can see the beads of sweat coming down our faces. And there's still not, other than Little Uzi Vert dropping, like, that's like the one, like, pretty big mainstream rap album that's dropped this year. That's done numbers. It's not all about numbers, obviously. There's a bunch of underground artists that we like that dropped good projects, but it's still, enough to not cause concern, but just raise your eyebrow a little bit and see, like, what's actually going on behind the scenes, maybe.
Like, one thing that is happening a lot right now is these big artists, Drake, fucking Taylor Swift or whatever, like, on these huge tours.
Yeah.
A lot of these large artists, like, sitting back on what they've done in the last 10 years and just touring based off of that.
That's where the money is, really. Like
Playboy Cardi, at these big festivals.
His new one,
and there is, like, a lot of... But it's always music that's from a couple of years, the previous years, and not really, like, new shit, really.
Yeah, a lot of people are... I've noticed that. Once, like, bands and rappers reach a certain... points, I guess, whether it be with age or with numbers of albums released, the more they start to almost do like a hits tour, where it's like they'll play some of the stuff in the new album, but it's mostly people want to hear their older shit and like their
it's like your window of profitability, like, and you have that time.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that, like, there is also just a general, like, lack of direction, or topics, or, like, what is hip-hop even about anymore? Is it just, like, Barbie soundtrack songs, but with Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj that are filling up the airwaves right now? But kind of to answer this hypothetical question is this new segment we want to do on all this music that you see on Instagram Reels and TikTok. Now, I only use Instagram. I'm not really using TikTok.
I'm the only one signed into our TikTok, and I don't get a lot of... I follow a bunch of rap shit, but I don't get a lot of, like, rappers trying to come up on my feed for whatever reason, but...
The point is that I started seeing a lot of up-and-coming rappers posting these Instagram reels, and then looking at their page, and they have 100K views on everything.
Yeah.
But, like, I've never heard of these people, and...
Well, because for me, it's tough to break that curse of, like, TikTok rapper, real rapper. I don't think anyone's calling them real, R-E-E-L rappers, but it's, like, I think, like, maybe Yeet was a TikTok rapper. Maybe one of these new 2023 XXL people were TikTok rappers. I don't know. Maybe we're old.
This is another segment in our ongoing segment on us losing touch with how people consume this music, because like we say often on this podcast, we got into this music 10, 15 years ago and have been seeing how people engage with it in a different way in the current day, and we feel like we're a little bit behind because we still listen to albums and
from 2013, 14, 15.
Yeah, so we're still on it, on this art, on that level. But there's all this new weird random shit. Some of it pops off for 5 minutes.
Some of it we like, some of it we don't.
Some of it actually has potential, but it's always like a 20% mark, because it's a lot of chasing trends.
Yeah,
a lot of just looking enough like MGK or some other famous personality right now in order to trick some people. And I mean, I don't want to categorically rule any of this out as like it's not gonna ever be good music.
We could be interviewing one of these people in a future podcast.
Oh yeah, I mean we did our up and coming rapper segment, but that wasn't really on like
TikTok guys.
TikTok, that was more
I know. But if we ever do a TikTok version of that, then who's to say?
So we compiled a bit of a list of just we want to just show a short clip of it and just ask why and when and how and all the other journalist questions.
Most of them will be rhetorical, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that over time, maybe certain patterns will start to emerge. First one I want to go with is Lil Mabu.
Okay.
White drill artist, teenager from New York, rich kid.
I just realized that this is like the opposite of the podcast where we're actually trying to put on people to like good music. You know what I mean? Like we're interviewing people who we actually genuinely like. This one is like the opposite, where we're like...
This is more of just a what the fuck type segment.
Shout out to that one rapper. Your thing's trash.
Yeah, we're not negatively or positively really saying much about them, unless they're really terrible. We're just kind of observing it, talking about it, why it's a thing, how it became a thing, and then...
Yeah,
and then letting them be.
I liken this to, we might as well just be sitting on a porch watching young people walk by,
judging them.
Making fun of their outfits and their trendy...
Yeah.
That's a good point.
These young people with their complicated shoes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, do you want to give us a little clip, a little taste of the man?
Lil Mabu.
Just so we can get some audio to put shit in, and just so we can have something to.
He's a song called "Mathematical Disrespect."
Like most of our rappers that signed to the streets.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
We took was a plea. Mama, we had money. Wally P. Shout out my label. That's me. I own 100% of my cuts. Bitch, nobody taking a fee. 34141592653. I'm the king of NYC. I heard they say
I'm the king of NYC. I mean, he's definitely white,
I don't like his little comedy faces that he makes towards the camera.
Yeah.
I don't like him acting like he's a driller when looks like,
hasn't done much of any drilling. Not even with a drill.
No.
To screw things in.
This guy's never picked up a
no
hammer.
manual labor involved with this guy's life, I don't think.
Like, in a world where we are supposed to be aware of, like, white privilege and these types of concepts, like, the fact that this is... But, it's the teenagers. They're into it. But even the teenagers, like, they are going to realize someday that what they're listening to is not good.
Yeah, well, teenagers are ruthless as well, more than any other age demographic in terms of hating shit. Like the most angsty, angry fucking type of person.
I mean, yeah, I don't mean to hate on teenagers. Like they're they're our future. You know, our kids.
Teenagers scared. They'll live and shit on.
Yes.
Man, I was completely out of topic. I was what was I doing? I was coming back from. I was just boarding around. And I was in downtown, and there was a whole... I'm talking like 30-plus teenagers coming out of this Tim Hortons, and I'm across the street, and I'm like, they just keep filing out, and I'm just like, what's my move here? What's my angle? Do I try to relate to them with my skateboard, like that SNL bit?
Yeah.
Or
hey, kids.
do I cross the street and avoid them? And they just went across the other way. I didn't have to talk to them, but...
That's the great
thing. For a second,
about...
I was like, interesting. There's a lot of teenagers in one spot.
That's what's great about these Zoomers is that they avoid you as much as you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're actually more afraid of you
than you are.
Who's this weird fucking 30-year-old tattooed? Yeah, the kids scare me is basically, and he also has a clip of the song where he goes, "I like purple, so I blew her back out and I left her on red."
Yes,
and then he stops the beat to explain. Okay, so purple plus red equals...
Congratulations, you've understood third grade color theory.
She like Babu, I like purple, so I blew her back out and I left her on red. Get it? Because blue and red equals purple? So I blew her back out and I left her on red. Don't let that go over your head. 1 thought, 2 thought, 3 thought, 4.
I think you can... We were talking a little bit about this before the podcast. I think the only person that can do that and get away with it is probably Lil Wayne. Because he's been in the game for so long that like it was probably cool back in the early 2000s to do that kind of shit.
Yeah,
let him be ignorant. It's fine. You can do that stuff. But
Lil Wayne doesn't even know if he's quoting something he said before.
He's delusional. He's out of his mind in the best way possible.
That's why it's hard to really criticize him for any specific bar.
You're not sure if he knows what he's saying.
He's so gone.
Yeah. And, like, he has just so much music out there that it's like, who's really judging, you know?
So what's this guy's name again?
Lil Maboo.
Lil Maboo, okay. What's the follower count you got there?
1 million.
Okay, so he...
That's one of the bigger artists.
So is he an industry plant, or do industry plants not exist? Like, is a TikTok... Is industry plants? Is that if people are doing that now with record studio labels and shit?
I mean, the definition of an industry plant is somebody from a major record label finds somebody with potential and then gives them a bunch of money and time and stuff in order to help them grow, basically. Yeah,
well, are some of these like followers bought? Like,
I think he's just a rich kid who had like a leg up in life, and that video kind of went viral. And probably a lot of people like us hating on it, but that's kind of...
But also that's how it gets started, and then people are like, actually, I unironically kind of like this, and then he finds a fan base, and then goes from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, there were a lot of rappers who started off as 16-year-old kids that were annoying as fuck, and then
like
kind of
me.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
Or like Joey Badass or something like that.
Well, he did 1999 when he was like 17, so I don't know if there was much of a growing period there. But
yeah, I guess maybe not. That's not a great example. Maybe I'm thinking of Smokey Margella.
Maybe.
He was like a 14-year-old kid, and he was like on this A$AP Rocky
He's probably fucking like 37, but he's probably somehow outgrown all of us in this time span.
Aged faster than
I know.
all of us.
He's probably the CEO of Margella at this point.
All right, so Lil Maboo, if you want to come on the pod and talk about like your golf swing and shit. Feel free, So do you want to do one off of your list now? Sure. Alright, I'm trying to put you guys on here.
Let's do like 4 or 5 each, maybe.
Yeah, I only have 4, so.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just try to find any of these on here. Alright, so this guy, Little Man J, he's... One of the... I just want you to take a peek at what the guy looks like here.
Wow.
Like young Carrot Top, or like... I'm not entirely sure. Blonde Boy, so I have that in common with him, I suppose. Pretty much just a little baby clone, almost.
Yeah. He sounds so much like Lil Baby.
And like funny. All of these type of like Young Thug-esque kind of artists. I'm curious how something like this pops off. Is it just because he looks kind of funny and like, oh, you wouldn't expect him to rap? Is that his whole appeal, you think? He's like kind of charismatic on some of the other videos of him, like, you know, talking to people like, "Oh, have you heard this song?" Like in public or whatever. But like, I
scrolled through his page and I thought, you know, it's not that bad.
Yeah, he has kind of like
I kind of liked his song John F. Kennedy a little bit.
Oh yeah, the one where his brains blow back like John F. Kennedy or some shit.
But yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Like there's nothing.
There's nothing to it.
But I saw this one and it reminded me of Supreme Patty. Do you remember him?
I remember the name. I don't.
He was this guy who would fucking like put lemon juice in his eyes or whatever and be like, "Whoa!"
Kind of a jackass kind of guy.
And he wore a Supreme headband around his head, but he also had that big, like, fluffy blonde hair, white guy with zits all over his face.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe, but like, oh, I'm super party, like, you know.
Yeah.
He would be like, oh, I'm gonna
it was
do
probably,
like 4 bong tokes and then drink a thing and like jump off of a fucking, you know, like jackass type shit, but like for the 2016 millennial generation.
What it probably boils down to is like these kind of people were nerds a year ago, and then they grew up like a little bit, and now they're party bros. And now they have the most confidence in the world. They can do anything they want. Yeah, and he has I think a decent following. I recall exactly.
I mean, this kid could be big, but yeah, because he is a goofy looking white kid, I think he'll probably stay on a lower level
on the kind of niche TikTok.
But people said the same thing about Post Malone.
That's true. I was one of those people. So,
yeah, I mean, he's got 250K followers.
All right.
He seems to be doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lil Baby Clone. He does, you know, like, fun videos, I guess, right? He did a thing where he was trying to say that the Island Boys stole from him.
Man.
Who would want to admit...
The Island Boys are fucking coming up.
Who would want to admit that you did something that the Island Boys are doing? You know what I mean?
Well, we'll talk about this maybe later, but on one of the new Dominic Fike videos, I can't remember which one, like, he had, like, the Island Boys, like, do a cameo kind of thing, like we were talking about before, and like in the video rapping along to the song or whatever. I'm just like, what did we cause this Island Boys sudden resurgence? I don't know.
Damn,
last episode did pretty well.
I feel like Dominic Fike has enough tattoos that he can speak telepathically to anybody.
Okay.
You know,
that's the power.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be with other tattooed all over their body people.
It's the reptilian people, which that's how you can know that you're safe around them.
DNA.
That's what Epstein was doing on the island.
Yes.
So my next selection is Zon T.
I didn't look up. I'll be honest. I didn't look up any of these.
Yeah.
I wanted to be completely fucking blown away by some of these.
This is a white guy.
Okay. A lot of whites here.
Christian rapper.
Okay.
But he's kind of hard, though.
Oh, yes. You've shown me a little bit of this guy.
Yeah. They tryna mess with your mind or something. They tryna play with your grind or something. They wanna see you back off of your calling, yet they tryna mess with your shine or something. For lack of a vision, and people compare us, commit to the climb, even when it hurts. Only 2 things in life you can control. It's how you spend time and how hard you work. So hard work, God first, yeah. Hard work, God first, yeah. Hard work, God first, yeah. To the day I'm in the dirt, yeah. Jesus Christ is Lord, yeah. I know who I serve, yeah.
Where's the chance collab? Come on.
Yeah.
This is the Daystar feature.
This is another concept of like the hip hop doesn't have any direction, or it's not really about anything anymore. It's in so many different ways that
there's too many different subgenres where it's like there's no clear path to what forward.
There's always going to be space for these Christian rappers because they can, you know, people listen to that and they go, like that's like what I hear at church.
Very specific audience.
It's like the Kids Bop version of it, where it's like it's for the parents who are like, they want their kids to listen to popular music, but they also need it to be watered down and PG and all that stuff.
Yeah, but
and and it's also like the Christian is like that, where they can sort of, I want to listen to this popular music, but I also want to maintain my faith or whatever.
But the other funny thing about that is that like there's the other clip on his page is him being like, you know, a lot of people like my music, but a lot of Christians think that I'm some kind of devil worshipping, like whatever, like, so it's hard to be that kind of guy. But like this is one of the rare examples of a guy that like actually sounds like a real rapper to a degree,
but because he's doing the Christian shit, I don't think there's any way he's gonna pop off like that. You know, Chance the Rapper popped off like acid rap, but like there wasn't a whole lot of Christianity.
Christian after.
Yeah, like there were hints of it obviously and gospel influence and stuff. And I'm sure he grew up Christian or whatever, but, like, same with Kanye, like, I wasn't all about that. Whereas I think what the pattern we're starting to see here with some of these TikTok rappers is that you kind of have to have, like, a little bit of a niche or a little bit of something unexpected for people to really... or else this will just be another white rapper guy on Instagram. But the fact that he's Christian might make him blow up a little more just for memeability.
I mean, the guy before, obviously, is a bad example because he has, like, 250K, but... The guy before, he was just like a little baby clone or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, he doesn't have anything to...
Well, because he's kind of a goofy-looking kind of guy, like, you wouldn't expect him to rap. That's what I mean by, like, the whole unexpected surprise kind of element of, like...
Okay.
Same with the white drill guy, of just like, oh, it's a drill song. If you don't watch it, you're like, oh, it's just a drill song. You look at it, oh, he's a white, preppy teen boy.
Yeah, because it's like, if somebody was just a cool rapper that's just a guy, and it's just normal rap, but it's good, it's like... What's the hook? What's the play?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because it has to kind of go off on a specific subgenre of the internet that's like fiending for new Christian rap that's actually good or whatnot. But I kind of like this guy. What
was the name again?
Zonte.
All right,
Or Zonte.
Shout out Zonte.
But yeah, I mean, once you get to the part where he's just like, Jesus Christ is the Lord.
It's a little too much. Yeah.
I'm kind of like, okay, well.
Yeah.
You can do it sort of the Christian thing tastefully.
Well, there's there's tons of Christianity within hip hop, like, but the rappers aren't necessarily labeled as Christian.
Yeah,
because I feel like talking about Christian themes. That's like if you're labeled as a Christian rapper, like there's no way you're gonna make it. You know, like it's just too
like you're stuck.
Yeah, so I'm curious about this guy's trajectory. If there's gonna be any,
he could be a new white Lecrae. Who was, I think, probably one of the bigger Christian rappers that ever made it, like, as a specifically Christian. You want to do another of yours?
Yeah, I think I did manage to load up some TikToks here. So this guy, I like quite a bit. Miles.
Yes.
First person of color on our list, and here's what he has to say.
Justin Bieber, but I'm sorry.
Yes.
They say they get hot, but they not hot as Bob Marley. All I really need is 6 hot.
Can you hear that at all in the thing?
Niggas say I'm out of town, I'm in Hong Kong. I'm just trying to get this cash in Hong Kong. I don't care about sight.
Come on. This is the goofy shit
that
I want to make with my buddies, and it's just funny, it's stupid, it's not going to pop off, I don't think. But it's perfect for TikTok, it's perfect... It's perfect, like, low quality music in terms of, like, low effort videos.
Yeah.
The song clearly not well mixed at all, probably just ripped from YouTube beats or whatever, but just for the meme, he's into it. I fuck with him. I fuck with his vision.
I think that's comedic rap, like, done right, when it's just like straight to the joke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, you know,
and it's almost perfect for this style of this generation of, like, TikTok fucking, like, so low attention spans, can only watch things for 30 seconds. You don't want to listen to a whole song of this guy's necessarily, a whole 3-minute, 4-minute song. It might be painful.
The joke will get stale.
The whole thing is made for 30 to 45 second increments.
Yeah.
So he could be big on TikTok. I don't know if he's going to be going to fucking Lollapalooza, but
I kind of like this genre of, like, these drill beats, like Detroit style beats, with, like, funny guys who just, like...
Don't take it seriously.
They do like a off-the-wall flow out of nowhere, like, as a bit.
Yeah.
Repeat the same word in a stupid way a couple times, and then, like, do one little tiny joke variation on the joke, and then you're in and out.
You're done,
you know, I don't know how far this can go.
No.
But it's almost like...
Whoa.
Especially with a lot of... Pause. Nice. With a lot of these new age rappers, like, it's the effort. They're trying so hard to look like a legitimate rapper that
that's the thing. That
the totally low effort.
I'm more attracted to the, like, budget fucking shit.
That's the try hard thing I was talking about. You're trying so hard, desperately to be liked. When like the people that you like don't care that you like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just do it because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they think that it's fun.
Yeah, again, I don't think
that's
he's going to
the real spirit of art, is just fucking around doing shit that probably no one's ever going to hear.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. I don't think he's going to have a fucking Drake feature anytime soon, but, like, he's a guy that I would want to be in the studio with one time just to fucking have fun, you know? He's a fun guy. So.
Yeah.
He could get a Ski Mask the Slump God feature.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So, Miles, hit us up if you want to be on the pod.
I'm gonna hit you with another insufferable white douchebag.
Oh my god, it's a whiteout over here on the podcast. It's a
as if
whiteout.
This podcast wasn't enough white douchiness in one room. This guy, his name is Pertinence.
I'm already thinking. It's already got me thinking. That's what I like about this guy.
He is this guy. Never trust a lanky white guy with a perm. Because he just thinks he's
I'm not a
perm. Maybe once in a lifetime.
This is not a perm.
That's just not natural curly hair.
Exactly.
If you got it done like that, then that would be
I got it done like this, yes. This is just natural.
All right.
I'm just going to try to find a good one to show.
We looked at each other is this like...
I wasn't even aware that I was making fun of you there.
You just said tall, lanky. I knew you said white before, and I'm like, I'm already looking over at Josh. Yeah. I don't have to hear the rest of this. Yes.
You are an ugly crier. If you were to be the last woman on earth, then I would turn Billy Eichner's gay. Like, how can you always be tired? Like, you 23 and
Billy Eichner bar?
Yeah.
Alright, show me another one. Do one more.
Leave Billy Eichner out of this.
National
What has he ever done, bro? Shut up, Billy.
Okay, this is another one in the music about having a phone.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, girl, you are dead to me. Gross. Soon I said text to me. Blocked. I will not text you back. I won't. I told you are dead to me. Deceased. I hope you rest in peace. Spit in your grave. I'm finna piss in your flower. Your new man will plant. Cause you don't deserve a bouquet. I'm really afraid the feeling will fade. That I'll end up calling back.
Okay. Yeah, here's an example of what Josh was talking about. Trying too hard of it's really well mixed. The beat is good. It sounds professional. But I have no interest in it at all. And his personality and just the way he carries himself is a turnoff in terms of pause. No,
and this is a new thing on TikTok. These videos where the person rapping is running down the street.
It's always about running through something or down something. Did I start this with the Dark Room when I did that one shot? Released, but it was to a select few people.
Hey, it could have gotten out. It could have leaked out.
People knew Young Jizz in different years of my university, so I'm not holding any.
Yeah.
I'm not holding it against it because there was a shot that you guys helped me with, where I was literally running down the fucking street, taking my clothes off at the same goddamn time, and now all I'm seeing is people fucking running around in no clothes on TikTok.
Hey, someday you will get to see.
Y'all see it, but shit, y'all ain't ready.
But this is another thing of the. I guess it's because TikTok. It's supposed to be accessible or whatever, so the words always pop up in the middle of the screen.
Because people need subtitles for movies now, or else they can't hear it. And then the same thing with TikToks. You have to have it's going to be...
Yeah.
When we're going to theaters in 20 years, it's going to be the subtitles fucking imprinted in that shit.
It's pissing me off.
It's fucked.
Because... Yeah. Whatever. The words are so simple.
I can hear it.
You just... Oh.
Yeah, give that to me for Doom. Shout out, new Doom.
I can't believe my brain is breaking already. We're only 30 minutes into this podcast.
Do that for Earl. Do that for someone that deserves it. Or do that for, even someone like Lil Uzi Vert or Lil Yachty who quoted, mumble rap guys of, maybe you can't understand what they're saying off rip.
Well, if we remember, Chance the Rapper did a lot of these videos.
He started doing the text in front of the thing.
But that wasn't for TikTok. That was
artistic.
That was just an artistic choice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just sick of it. And... yeah, I don't know. I don't like the way he looks.
It's funny. I saw
he's white, just to fucking remind everyone.
I saw a bit that was somebody on a date or something like that, and the guy was losing interest, so the girl had to take out a phone and start playing one of those endless runner games.
Yeah, and he's saying, this whole segment's gonna boil down to fucking this generation's fucked, and it's over.
Oh man,
and we're not helping by promoting all this shit, but. Yeah, I agree with you. That whole trend of running down the street with the things. It's I don't know why. I just don't know why some of this stuff pops off. I understand that's people are doing it, but what's the reason? People need visually interesting.
It's visually interesting enough to catch people's eyes for 10-15 seconds, and then that counts as a view, and that inflates everything up. It's all inflated. The amount of
attention.
The whole
world's fucking inflated, man.
Dude, someone needs to deflate the world. And that someone is me.
Just sit on it and let the air go.
Yeah. Well, the Earth is flat, so you can't fucking pop a hole in it.
Yeah, true. So, but yeah, I think I started to see this guy. Another thing that he does, which we do, is a podcast.
Oh yeah, okay.
There are all these clips of him. There was this one where, for some reason, I was seeing it around a lot, where he's sitting there talking, and he's got like a trash can in front of him, and he's talking about how, like, you know, you need to chase your dreams. Like, you know, I know people who are 30 and they became a real estate agent or whatever, but you can also make music, or like, you know, doing that, like, talking down to creative types and by saying, you know, you can always
look at me, guys.
Look at me.
I know what I'm talking about.
The subtext is always look, I'm super successful.
But he's wearing a trash can, is what you're telling me.
That was the gimmick, you know. But
it's all gimmicks
again.
Man.
Very glossy, like, you know, Call Me If You Get Lost-esque, like, look to, like, the video. Like, I mean,
the
like,
effects and edits and
the cinematography
color.
is, like, meant to look professional, even though it's really just a couple of rich guys that live in LA.
Yeah.
And I'm sure someone is paying for his whole thing. Like, there's no way.
What's his follower count?
86,000.
Okay, so not that crazy.
Not too.
What's this guy's name again? I'm forgetting all these names.
Pertinence.
Yes.
Such a terrible name. Like,
all of them so far, he is the least likely to be like to look to as a person in order to get advice from, because he's like.
Well, I don't think Miles has many followers. But
I'm successful. Like, out of all the ones that we reviewed so far, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, more than us.
More than us,
so
yes,
far.
But, we don't count.
Check us out on Instagram.
So let's do 2 more each, and
right.
let's try to find some real gems here.
Okay.
This is a woman named Big Clit.
Yeah.
Sort of a Suicide Squad-esque rapper, but this I think I saw on Twitter first, in the context of people making fun of it. So it's a good sign.
I think might have seen this before. Yeah, this is almost old now. Like that, I saw that a little bit ago, but
somebody's got. Like,
yeah, it's worth noting for sure because
that was December 2022. So yeah, but she's still out here. She's got 14K followers.
Give me something new. What's the new one here?
I don't know. I can't really find any other ones where there's.
That's it.
Where there's music.
Yeah,
playing.
another one where it's like, it's a look. You know, she has a look, and that's her shtick. Like she
looks like a Suicide Squad girl.
She's a Harley. Yeah, exactly. She's a Harley Quinn type girl that is rapping, quote unquote. I won't even necessarily call it rapping. And you know,
honestly, overall, that freestyle was better than
I mean,
average.
if I heard it like in a live somewhere, I'd be like, all right, this is, you know, that's kind of
fun. Why are you lying on your dick? Yeah, I mean, in the club with
yeah, it would be a moment, but
all my tatted
I'll never
girls
pay
friends
for anything with her, sex or music. So,
well, no one was saying that.
Well, we were all thinking it, gentlemen.
Okay.
Careful, you're gonna get called a misogynoir.
All right, I'll do my last one here that I got, and you can maybe do one more after that.
Okay.
This guy is, to me, the pinnacle of, like, this is everything that we've talked about so far summed up, of the most basic-ass shit, trend-chasing kind of guy. Guy J-Eazy, not G-Eazy, but J-Eazy. He looks like a Toronto man's. I don't think he is. Just, like, the perfectly cut beard, the snapback going backwards type shit. And this is some of his stuff. It's...
When I bend her over, sipping Poland Spring in Arizona, fuck a Coca-Cola. That's your Juliet? Oh, that's cool. I'm a Romeo her. You think you a demon till I G you like I'm Tomioka.
That's pretty much the whole.
Yeah.
That's every single one of his fucking things. Is this
Kanye
exact thing
as well?
Yeah.
Everything look peachy king. Bitch, I'm chose like Mighty Mo. Hit him with that special beat.
Chose like Mighty Mo?
Like Piccolo. Holy fuck, he's rolling with a Drake. He in sicko mode. Hitting bitches.
See, no, it's no.
I saw on his page it was all like him like out in public being like, yo, like what if these people can these people remember my lyric?
My lyric, yeah. And then he clearly just talks to them beforehand or whatever, like, but he does have almost 1 million on TikTok, 747,000.
1 million.
But he does all the trend shit of like opening the car door, running around like in places, talking, doing the whole fucking thing, doing the brackets where you have to like choose with your head or whatever. Like he's trying, he's really trying, and kudos to him for doing it. But the music itself is so uninteresting and basic that like it's not even worth it, you know. But I guess the system works.
The song was okay.
It's not that bad. It's just kind of corny. It's just, you know, I don't know, like.
There was one there. Yeah, there's a video. Yeah, him running in those trendy.
And the boots. He got the boots too. Yeah,
those trendy Mega Man boots that people were wearing. Oh,
like he's really trying. You know.
There's a clip of him on a podcast.
What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
3 things you would bring on a deserted island.
My fitted. Any pair of 4s really that I got.
Yeah,
my
no, come on.
hoodie.
Favorite.
I don't believe him.
yeah.
He would not choose a Bape hoodie. He wouldn't choose his fitted. Fuck out of here with that shit, bro.
But this video where people
so
are
not real to me. You
people
know?
are reacting
So
to
fake.
his. Oh man, people are reacting to his song.
Double check on that.
Let's see how gay people react to my song.
What? What?
Okay, we're here with Marcus. And I'm gonna play Marcus my song and see what he thinks about it, alright?
My money is gay, it's too many men on top of one another. Why do
Come on, man.
I think my money is gay. It's too many men on top of one another. That's like not even a funny line at all. Like,
God.
what does that even mean?
Well, because the men on the bills or whatever.
Yeah, but that's
on
not
top.
explained.
But it's
Like that, you're supposed to just get that.
Well, does he need to do a genius for every song?
All right, let's see how gay people react to my song.
Let's do that. Let's try that, and let's go to people that aren't gay.
Yeah, like,
and
what
see
the
how
fuck?
it
Yeah.
goes. Yeah.
Now that would be a funny.
I think how we should conclude this bit. I'll let you get off the one more that you want to do, but we should do our own one of these trend chasing things where we're running around the fucking streets here, some dumbass fucking song, and then see if we pop off. That's the experiment. We got to test it out for ourselves.
Yeah, except I don't do weak shit. I don't do lame shit. I do me shit.
Shit.
The last one that I just wanted to mention was this guy Leon Knight.
Okay.
He's pretty sick, and he did this song about the ocean submarine thing.
Oh, he's the drill guy that did the whole like.
He did like a freestyle on that.
green
Like,
screen
spent
and the
250
fucking
cans on my submarine.
Yeah, that guy. He's fire. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, and he just like keeps.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
That's one where it's like funny idea.
Yeah.
Not that like super thought out, but just like he manages to get all the little funny things that were about that whole story.
Fucking bar or whatever. Like
Yeah, I'm playing 22K NBA 2K13 on my submarine.
Yeah.
And then like even in the like as the song outro is like going, he's like, I don't even care if I die at the sea. Like that's what I'm rich. Like you guys are broke. You're gonna die in the land. I got to die in the sea.
Yeah,
so
I don't know if it's our taste or whatever, but like I don't know these gimmicky ones, or like not the gimmicky, but like the ones that are like not trying too hard and are clearly just like having fun and shit and doing like some funny shit, or seem to be the ones that I fuck with more. But that's mainly just because like if I'm surfing on my phone or whatever, I would want to probably see some funny shit rather than just some like fake woke trend chasing shit. I would want to see some like unique kind of funny goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if these guys will pop off. They probably have a worse chance popping off than like some of these other guys that have way more followers are. But like, or they might. But
I mean, this whole segment kind of got kicked off because I was getting so many of these in my Explore page, and I was starting to like grow a little, like become an anti-fan of these things, just because like, oh, there he is again. Like, what is he doing this time? Like, oh, I can't believe like this is so lame. Like, and so that's its own form of, you know, fandom in a way, but we'll never discuss that type of stuff on the same level as we do a real album by a real rapper. One more thing as far like while we're on trends though, AI is doing amazing things with SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh boy.
I started seeing the things. At first I thought kind of stupid. One of them was a Plankton singing System of a Down.
Yeah. I got the one with Plankton singing Black Hole Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me some of these are just like, it sounds a little bit like the character, but not enough to really, you know.
But then I heard Krusty, what was it, Cash Crabs?
Alright, Josh, explain this song while Alex pulls it up. I haven't heard it.
That was actually by a real person. That's not an AI thing. It's actually somebody who's genuinely doing impressions.
Oh, okay.
But it is SpongeBob Core.
Yeah, it's SpongeBob Core. And
the state of this fucking
amazing
podcast.
new genre.
The state of this shit.
The thing is, like, I like this stuff because it's because you know I grew up with SpongeBob,
and it's funny, and it's not taking itself too seriously, and it's crazy how it did genuinely hit #1 on Billboard for like a week or something. I feel like a fucking meme.
No, I liked it because I like the part where he goes, "Sponge boy, get back on the grill."
Oh yes, yeah. Yes. Okay, I have now that you're saying some bars, I have seen this one time. Yeah.
Squidward, You've been to the deal.
Yeah, shut up. But let's get him on the podcast. SpongeBob guy.
You know, because it's the perfect one of all the characters to make a rap out of. Because he's obsessed with money.
Yeah.
He's running the Krusty Krab. He's got haters. He's got ops.
Yeah.
Plankton.
Yeah.
You know, he's got
a crew,
Pearl,
team.
He's got
a daughter.
No
baby mama.
Cool
Where'd the baby mama go?
Shit, Panty Raid. You know, this guy's
it's real. It's real shit.
He's trapping. It's probably the hardest trapper out of anyone in Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all the power to our brothers under the sea.
Yeah.
Including the ones that died in the submarine.
Not the billionaires.
Not him.
Yeah. At this point, when this comes out, it's already old news, but now it'll be extra old news.
You know this fish that was like mopping the floor, and like when the giant fucking juice thing.
Oh yeah, then he's still fucking doing it.
Then he's still doing it. I saw one of him doing that on the fucking Titanic. Just like so in photoshopping a gif of him doing that shit over the Titanic. It was pretty funny.
Yep, and now we've reached the point where we're just reciting.
Well, I
memes.
think to tie it all back into the previous segment, like SpongeBob is like the king of all memes, so it's like it makes sense that it would reach it would be so viral that it would get number one for like a day or two on Billboard or whatever. Like some of our memes have. I think it just says something about our generation. Like that's the kind of people, like people our age, a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. That's the kind of shit that they're still on, I guess. It's just so SpongeBob is fucking goated, so that's all it says to me.
Yep. All right, that was a good segment. Now let's get into some real art. Do you want to start with Killer Mike?
Real love. Sure. I will pull out my notes, to which I have many.
You got a whole fucking spreadsheet
right there? I did it typed this time. Because I was editing at the same time, so
you typed it.
Yeah, I typed my notes.
This is a different level, folks.
God damn.
It's my shit for later.
I just have my shit on my notes.
Multiple pages. You need a binder for that.
Half of this is the pink tape, to be honest. Not half, but 2 pages.
I'm sorry.
Pure. I really wish he didn't have me listen to it. I had no intention of listening to the pink tape.
So, bunch of new music.
Yeah.
Despite our complaints about hip-hop not being in its zenith right now, shit is still coming out. Killer Mike, what was it called? Michael?
It's just called Michael. It's the baby photo. It seems to be a thing now. Same with Herbert Absol album came out last year. Like it's a trend.
It's been a thing for a long time.
Passport photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little D. Shout out that album.
He started it, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Lil Wayne started it with the Carter 3.
Actually, Biggie Smalls.
That's true.
I'll just say
one half of Run the Jewels, his first solo album in fucking 10 years or whatever. Nas probably started. We circled
Sorry, I just randomly remembered that.
That's as far as we go back with hip hop. So, I'll be honest, I was never really a Run the Jewels fan, and of what I've heard of Run the Jewels, I like LP.
He's a bit zanier. He's a bit more like Alchemist core type of shit of like the lyrics don't make a whole lot of sense maybe, or just like it makes sense but it's like in more of a like abstract kind of way, while Killer Mike is more kind of direct in what he's saying for the most part. Like
I've just never really liked Killer Mike's flows that well. And he definitely has some energy, and
he's passionate.
If I were to listen to all Run the Jewels, there's lots of shit I love. I do really like the beats that they choose.
I mean, LP on production is insane.
One thing on this album, though, I was not very impressed with the beats.
To me, it's like 50-50. There's some on here that are like really fucking great and like have been produced or like are produced by like LP or DJ Premier or whatever. But some of them are just super basic.
Yeah. Overall thoughts.
So I've been a fan of Run the Jewels for, I don't know, quite some time. Probably since, I think the first like new album that came out for me was Run the Jewels 3. So in between 2 and 3 is when I became a fan. 2's probably still their best one. I rated 4 pretty highly on whatever year that was 2020, I think. It probably would fall down a little bit now. Because I think getting a little bit tired of like the Run the Jewels formula, because all 4 albums like kind of just sound similar. Like the beats, like as good as the beats are, like it's all kind of the same kind of sound, and the whole kind of like pretty political kind of leaning stuff that's on their shit. It gets a little bit, you know, kind of just tiring after a while. I'm saying this while I'm looking at a fucking Run the Jewels poster in the distance. But I was still excited for this album. I didn't really listen to many of the singles, but upon many listens, I think it's pretty good. It was probably a little bit better than I was expecting. There's still some duds on here. There's still some questionable lyrics on here, and some political things that I don't quite agree with. But rapping-wise, there's a lot of passion in what he's saying, a lot of introspection, a lot of pretty heartfelt moments. A lot of the features are great. Some beats are kind of 50-50, but when they hit, they hit. And a good amount of like topics and just energy to keep it going throughout. I'm a pretty big fan of it. It's not the greatest thing I've ever heard. I'm not familiar with his other solo stuff, but that's kind of what I came out of it with. What did you think?
I, on the other hand, like on first listen, I didn't like it very much at all.
Yeah.
Over time, like certain aspects of it kind of grew on me. Like I will say that his more introspective and honest tracks, where he tells us about his life, his family, you know, where he comes from. I thought that gave us a lot more context and something to latch onto. But I find that in a lot of his more energy tracks, he's just doing rapidy rap stuff, but not really. There's one flow in a song where he just, I think it's in Scientists and Engineers with Andre and Future. He just jumps on and goes, and shooters and computers and looters and spooters and sugars and hookers and boop. Like, and I'm just sitting there thinking, man, like, I know those are sounds that rhyme, but like, nothing is really, like, he has certain verses where I swear he'd said some shit, but like nothing really passed into.
I'll say on that song, it started off like that, but it got like, you know, it wasn't like that the whole time. Whereas the more offensive songs to me were like the songs like "Run" and "Talking That Shit," where it's pretty much just rhyming bitch and shit with everything that's, you know, the same fucking flow like throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
and I find that sometimes his lyricism is just weak. Like
sometimes it is. Just weak.
He uses only 1 and 2 syllable words, and
not a lot of inner rhyming.
Yes,
some of the shit.
He'll have, you know, over reliance on the same word in every rhyme scheme. I don't know. So he's just leaving. There's some lacking for sure. To me, the best ones here probably are the ones that have like more like stick on topic or like have more of a personal edge to it. I think it starts off pretty strong with Down by Law and Shed Tears. Both pretty good rapping performances from him. Starts touching on some of the other topics that he touches on more deeply throughout the album. CeeLo Green, we've talked about him before about how he's a little bit iffy, but I think he has a good performance on the opening cut. I thought the intro was good.
Pretty triumphant.
Like, it was kind of overall the album I felt trafficked in a lot of cliches and just not going that deep past just like, you know, oh, I came from this and now I'm this and all that kind of stuff. But like the intro I thought did set up what the vibe of the album was going to be pretty well, as far as it does have this churchy gospel-y thing, and Atlanta is a big prominent theme in the album with so many features of like big Atlanta people from Young Thug and Future and Andre 3000.
You know, I don't.
And CeeLo Green kind of gave that gospel thing with his vocals, you know, so it fit pretty well.
But the thing is, like, I don't need all my stuff to be like super deep, you know. I don't need it to be all like Earl Sweatshirt deep, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can touch on something and not go deeper into it, but like still giving off the idea of it can be enough sometimes. Or like, I don't know, like I wasn't going into this album thinking it was going to be some super deep shit, maybe because I'm a Run the Jewels fan and, like, I know that he's not, like, that crazy of a lyricist, and he's not, like, that... He does get introspective on here, but he's not generally like that, so, like, maybe I wasn't expecting...
I mean, as a rapper, you have to tread upon ground that might have been talked about before, but in my opinion, there are a lot of parts where he didn't get past the cliche stuff. and into like some new territory or some like a new fresh angle on
something. I mean, I also as well wasn't expecting like him to change the game with this either. Like he's an older rapper, he's been around for a while. Like I don't think he has to, leave that for the kids. But Shed Tears is a similar kind of gospel influence stuff. I don't like the track Run with Young Thug. That's, to me, like, it's pretty weak. Chorus writing is pretty weak, kind of slow-paced. Young Thug doesn't match lyrically or thematically with the song at all.
Yeah, that was a terrible Young Thug verse.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with the concept of the song at all.
And Dave Chappelle in the intro, another kind of problematic kind of guy here.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm kind of reverse on that one, where Shed Tears I thought was... I thought it was bad gospel music, like the singing. I don't know. It just
really. I thought it was pretty. It
kind of tired me out. Whereas Run, like I thought, like at least kind of had like a clear concept about comparing the like beaches of Normandy to what it's like to be a black man in America.
Yeah, I just think
like I thought there was a decent concept there, but like I thought
the execution to me was off.
Yeah.
I do like the track Enrich with Black and Aaron. Alan Kane, I believe her name is. She's all over this project and she does pretty well over it. This is kind of when you start to see some of his like kill your masters type of stuff, and then later on in the album, not to jump too far ahead, he was like, I'm a landlord, bitch, pay rent. I'm like, well,
yeah,
like it's a little, I don't know, like I guess you could be both, but like it's just a little fucking weird to.
No, yeah, I think that's a big issue for me because like I tend to stick onto lyrics and stuff like that as well, and I think like the song is so much about consumerism and how being rich is the whole point of everything, and then also he's trying to give this faux revolutionary stuff about killing your masters, and like at the same time talking about his stores and his like the things that he owns. Like he's the master. Like do landlords count as masters? Like I think they kind of do, right?
He's preaching shit, but then he was like, oh, but it doesn't apply to me though. Yeah, like y'all should do that, but I'm gonna fuck this. I'm gonna follow the system and fucking make money in certain ways.
Politically, I'm not a fan, and like I remember when the Black Lives Matter thing, and he kind of did this whole statement of saying,
stop the raids,
stop looting, and stop.
Well, I think his dad was a cop and shit too, so that people were like, going back to that and shit.
I don't think he navigated that whole situation properly.
Just how Run the Jewels,
some people off. For sure.
And just how Run the Jewels is so like forwardly political and very liberal band, and then Killer Mike on the other hand is kind of conservative in some of his beliefs. Is like, I understand that some people are going to completely dismiss him just because, like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to believe? Which side? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is this really the truth that he's saying on some of the shit? I don't know. I think as a song, it was cool, but, like, again, if you dig pretty deep, it might not be that sound, concept-wise, but talking that shit we talked about a little bit already. Kind of a homophobic bar.
I was going to mention that
on
as
here.
Well.
All y'all hang together on some Brokeback shit in, like, a derogatory sense.
Yeah, because I was looking at that Rap Genius, and then, like, the annotation was literally like, he's saying it's gay, and implying that being gay is bad.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, well, yeah.
Kind of.
That's, I mean, it's not usually, like, put in explicit terms like that, but, like, yeah, what really are you saying there? And maybe it was just a throwaway line, like,
maybe,
whatever.
But, like, still,
It's 2023, man, come on. Like,
yeah, he's not saying the F word out here, but it's still kind of fucked. Honestly, that one's off my phone.
That album had some good or that song had some good energy.
To me, this one I don't like either. It seems to be the ones that I don't like. You kind of like a little.
Well, I think I thought the beat switch halfway through the song kind of gave it a different
little bit, but
energy.
Like even with the beat switches, the beat itself was pretty just basic, fucking formulaic to me.
Yeah, I think when songs where I don't vibe with the concept as much, then I kind of prefer when I'm just listening to a song that's just like on some silly shit, because I'm like, well, I don't have to worry about the lyrical content here.
Well, he also has a bar.
Then again, he did kind of ruin it with that.
Yeah, and he also talks about like kind of hanging out with politicians, like almost bragging in a way, even though it's like, I thought you were fucking.
I thought all the politicians were crooked.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
This is a hypocrite.
And also, I'm too cool, AC. That's more offensive than anything he said so far.
I wonder if we'll agree about this next track though, Slumber.
Slumber, I think it's great.
Me too, yeah. Because
probably the second best track on here.
He gives it some like real life stories about young love and almost getting this girl pregnant and like learning things.
And just overall talking about adolescent love and growing up with kind of the same person, but like you're not together, but like you kind of maybe have a child together. And also talking about like abortions and miscarriages and just like some of the terrible shit that you see maybe in these kind of black communities out in the hood or whatever.
He says this thing right here. He says, and all this teenage love is really just about possessing.
Yeah.
They call it adolescence because we learn in adult lessons.
Come on.
That was kind of slick there.
At first I thought that's pretty corny, but I'm like, you know what? It fits the fucking song. So.
As far as wordplay, that was like one of the better things that I could find in this whole album.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of like lyrics that I pointed out in a good way of like, oh, this like, because like I know that he's not really much of like that crazy of a lyrical guy. Like he's just a really passionate rapper with some good storytelling abilities as well.
Yeah.
But also Fouché's on the track. Got to shout her out. Love her placement on it. Even if it's kind of towards the end.
The sound of that track, though, like it came together well.
Yeah,
like, I thought that was actually one of the few like well executed on the track on this album. Curious on your thoughts on the next one, though.
I mean, I already defended it earlier, and I'll defend it again. I love it.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 verse is amazing. Probably the best verse on the whole album.
Such a strange song, though. Like
very strict, because then you got Future on it.
Future doesn't really just whatever. He just does a Future verse like he says.
But to me, it like I don't know.
The streets on lock. Or whatever.
It doesn't maybe fit thematically or whatever, but like it's super vibey and like the melody is really good and it fits really well on the beat. He's almost rapping over like an acoustic guitar type shit at one point. Like the beat's pretty all over the place in a good way. And like the track in itself is a little bit all over the place. Like there's not really much of a specific theme, but I just think they all give great performances in their own right, and it somehow works out well together, in my opinion.
And I thought the singing parts like fit well into it.
Yeah.
And that's one that I actually was. I found myself singing the chorus to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andre three stacks is always on a different level.
On. Hope I'm 80 when I get my second wind. I hope so too. I hope if we get an album from him, even if we have to wait till he's 80.
Yeah.
He's probably like 50s by now. We won't have to wait like 30 years maybe.
He did this. He just does this like very unique flow.
Yeah, and just I was gonna like maybe write down some of his other lyrics or whatever, but like the more I looked at it, I'm like, all of these are fucking sick. Just the wordplay, the double entendres, and like how everything works together, and like it paints an image, but like kind of an abstract one. It really
kind of
cool
reminded me of his verse on that Frank Ocean album where he pops up.
Yeah, it's very kind of sporadic rapping, but like it finds a flow eventually. But it gets into it, and then
like it's like on some Shakespeare shit.
And also, it's fuck Killer Mike because he, like a few days after the album came out, he was like, "Oh yeah, Andre 3000, he's got an album." He showed me like 8 or 10 of his songs a few weeks ago or whatever. And then like 2 days later, he was like, "Man, I was high as fuck. I didn't mean any of that shit." And I'm like, "There's some things in the hip hop game you don't tease about."
He was just lying.
Andre 3000 album is one of them.
That's a weird thing to joke about. Like I feel like he was being honest, and then he was told.
And probably Andre called him up. It was like, "Don't fucking
yeah."
See, that's a lame excuse too. Oh, I was high as fuck, man. Like, what are you, fucking 12?
I was kidding.
Yeah, what are you, 6 years old?
All
getting
these
high
as fuck 12-year-olds.
They all are high as fuck.
They gotta be.
That's the fucking thing.
It's the only explanation.
I know.
They're just high on life, man.
Next song, 2 Days. I think it's solid. It's not anything to write home about, but it's decent.
Yeah, Ty Dolla $ign mixes pretty well with what he has to do.
I'm gonna be doing this every time that I finish a page.
Nice. Fuck the environment.
Spaceship Fuse. The whole song is pretty much ruined by the fucking landlord bar. Like the 2 Chainz verse is like okay, but like it's a little bit lacking for a 2 Chainz verse of like you would expect maybe some more like puns or punchlines or whatever.
Yeah, it was refreshing to me to hear it because I like 2 Chainz.
And the Currency verse is pretty good too.
He had a bar where he said, "I use a coffee grinder as a weed grinder," and that really took me back to when I was working in cannabis production, and we would use coffee grinder to do our samples.
Really?
And to check
use coffee? I was gonna say I thought you were gonna go back to be like when I was working at Tim Hortons and I would grind my weed in the coffee grinder that we use at the fucking Tim Hortons.
No, yeah, we didn't have a coffee grinder at Tim Hortons.
You would have if you had got one.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would have found a way.
Yeah. Life finds a way.
But yeah, that's just a little personal detail there.
Yeah.
I actually thought the next track was pretty
I like it a lot received. As well. Another one that's not like deep really or anything, but just it's a vibe. It's laid back. The blast chorus is great. The beat's great.
The blast part really kind of actually makes the song good.
Yeah, I mean he's being reflective. Like, Killer Mike's being pretty reflective on it, but like again, nothing lyrically that I can point out to in like some crazy ways. But like it's just a super smooth track.
And that's another, to go back to our other segment about how Blast, I think he was like a YouTube artist or something, or like a known guy.
He was on a Double XL that we talked about a few years ago. We talked about like him maybe having like a pretty bright future. And
then he was on the Kendrick album, and now I see him a lot.
He's everywhere, yeah. So
and
shut up, Blast.
He's a welcome face in hip-hop.
Even though, does he have an album just himself?
I don't know, but he could be one of those guys that's just like
could be Ty Dolla $ign of like his features.
Great features, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Something for Junkies. I thought that was the merit was, that he telling real story about his aunt and what it's like to have drug addiction in the family.
Yeah, and growing up through his life and shit.
Explored the topic pretty interesting, although it was kind of self-congratulatory in a way.
Bit, yeah.
How he was like, oh, and then she said to me, you're a real guy because you treated me like I'm a human and not like I'm...
Yeah.
But you're also using her as a prop in this song to make yourself look good, so...
And he is causing his own aunt, like a junkie, a loser, a fiend. Like, it is not the nicest portrayal. But it's supposed to be real, I suppose. Like, it's not supposed to paint a... It's supposed to paint a picture. It's not supposed to, like, fucking tiptoe around the idea. It's supposed to, like, fucking get into it.
Like, I appreciate, like, him bearing his soul in that way.
Yeah. Another contradiction bar, though, versus the landlord bar, talks about pay them fair wages and don't treat your people like slaves. The opposite of what landlords do.
Yeah, and also he runs a barbershop and
yes.
He
might pay him. He might be a good landlord, but that's probably not even a fucking thing. In the perfect world, the landlords don't exist.
Indeed.
I read an article, which I'm not sure if it was being jokey or something, but it literally was like Killer Mike at some kind of press conference was asked if landlords count as killing your masters, and he kind of danced around the subject and said like that, I run this barbershop and like you can, if you're mad, just go there and give them really nice tips because they work mostly on tips. And we were like, wait, what? So you have workers for you that are not
getting paid fair wages.
Yeah, come on, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's another one of those things.
Tip culture.
Killer Mike's gonna rise to the top and become like the new Obama now, and everyone's gonna fucking...
Oh, he's liberal, guys. He's liberal.
Congratulate him, yeah.
Next track, one of the best ones on here, Motherless with Aaron Allen Kane. At least to me, what did you think of this song?
A bit cliche, but again, like I thought the sentiment overall was good. And
I mean, yeah, like rappers have tracks about their moms all the time, but not a lot about them posthumous when their moms are dead and talking about missing them in grief and that process of living without a mother and the lessons they taught them and shit. Like, it's a more, because to me we had the whole segment. I don't remember what episode it was about. Like I don't know if it was a segment. Maybe it could have been a rant for me.
Well, you were complaining about like rappers with their songs about their moms,
and they're all
on.
They're all fucking.
It's because Amine had like 3 mom songs on one album, and then like Big Sean also did like a song with an album.
To me, this one it's a nice twist on the idea of the "I Love My Mom" songs, where it's super introspective in that sense.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything like crazy to say about it really, but.
I think it's a passionate performance.
It's just like at this point, this is track 12 of like an album that I was like already kind of not liking that much. So that kind of there's a bit of diminishing returns when there finally is like something interesting. Like,
right. What about the next track? Don't Let the Devil with LP.
I like
it's fire.
Cool beat.
Yeah, it's a little bit unconventional for RTJ beats, but like at this point, like I said before, me getting a little bit tired of their sound. Like I want them to be a little bit, trying some different production. Again, nothing like too crazy, but good performances by both.
LP has a thing on like, he refreshed it with like a bunch of zany lyricism and
and that's weird... that's why RTJ works so well together, is because Killer Mike gives you some of the more kind of, some may say basic kind of just rap shit, because he was like kind of, he came up years and years and years ago.
But he has like punchlines that are a little bit more punchy, than LP. It's kind of like...
He's like the zany guy who talks about fucking,
He used the phrase brain fillayer in order to make a flow sound cool.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit that I vibe with more so than...
maybe a better technical rapper than Killer Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of just talking their shit about Run the Jewels, and, you know, more power to them, definitely, with that.
And the last track also with Ty Dolla $ign, High and Holy. Again, more kind of gospel.
Kind of a sleepy
stuff.
outro, in my opinion.
A little bit. I did like his surprising Killer Mike singing on the chorus at the very end, like with Ty Dolla $ign, was actually pretty well done for a guy that doesn't sing that much. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, like, for a rapper.
Yeah, I mean, it was
auto-tuned.
Yeah, it was auto-tuned for shit, but it was. I liked it. I liked the melody and stuff. Overall, I think it's pretty solid. It's not the greatest thing ever. Some of it's the political kind of contradictions in the album kind of leave a bad taste in my mouth. And yeah, obviously, it's not like the deepest, most poetic, lyrical not lyrical miracle, but lyrical thing in the world. Like, but I think for what it is, though, to bring that statement back once again on this podcast, I think it was pretty decent.
Yeah. And I didn't like it.
Tea. Yeah.
Despite the fact that, probably 4 or 5 songs, like, I would definitely, like, listen to and not skip.
Right.
But
I was curious your opinion just because I know that you don't fuck with his politics, so I was like, is he going to completely just go on a rant here and just say that all my opinions are wrong, or is he going to come at me with a level head? And you did. So,
well, as long
congrats.
as I'm impressing you.
Yeah.
Shaking my foot.
We're an hour 16 into the pod.
I'm going to get my beer.
Yeah, grab me one if you can. Thank you kindly.
And if you're listening to this at home, remember to stay hydrated. It do be getting hot out there.
Yeah, I'm lean, motherfuckers.
Yeah, remember to stay twisted.
Yes, sir.
And die young.
Damn.
R.I.P. to Screw. And Static Selecta.
Yeah.
Round Trip. This was you suggested
I wrote it down because I've listened to this is my first full like Static Selecta album, but I've just gone through like his old discog and like listened to certain songs of like Action Bronson and Joey Badass and some of these people that I like, and like they're always like great. And and he works on a lot of like Joey Badass shit, and like I know his producer tag from a bunch of different albums, and I know he makes great beats.
Prominent East Coast guy.
Yeah, and I saw this track list was pretty stacked with rappers that I liked a lot, rappers that I kind of like, and rappers that I had no idea who they were. I figured I'd give it a spin.
And I thought, I was really glad that you put me onto it, because like the first half of it at least is like stellar shit, and then I think there's a bit of a drop off, but there's more. There's
gems throughout.
Some hidden gems on the second half.
Yeah.
A lot of the bigger names.
Yeah, but the first like 6 or 7 tracks are really great.
And I thought it'd be interesting to talk about on the pod as well, because we can kind of compare like who steals the show of the tape, like in your opinion.
Yeah, there's some specific verses that are do stand out.
And it's rare that we actually review or producer album like this.
Yeah, well, we did
Metro
Boomin shit, but he's like a pretty mainstream guy.
And he kind of just uses the same 4 or 5 people over and over again. With this guy, you know, it's a lot.
And also, like, for a kind of boom bap producer, like, I didn't really get much too tired of, like, the sound. It's 20 tracks long, but it's pretty varied throughout as well.
The beats are very sunny afternoon.
Yeah.
Nostalgic. There's a lot of the old school style of production with a
lot of old school rappers to complement.
Flipping around or whatever the fucking
DJ turntable.
Yeah, the scratching.
Yes.
Sorry. It's a solid body of work that like any rap head
could at least pick some few songs out. Like there's some on here that I'm just like, okay, it's whatever. I don't really have an opinion on, you know.
Yeah.
Because some of them do a little bit blend together throughout, but...
And I think despite the fact that it's all different rappers, like, they do find a certain theme overall about just introspection and just life and our trip around this earth.
Yeah, and being, like, a kind of, like, an older rapper and, like, being able to look at the rap game on it with a specific perspective of, like...
Yeah, like, there's
kind of not really out of the game, kind of out of the game, but, like, looking at it from afar and kind of talking about it and talking about their run and... Yeah, how it's changed from the old days and shit, you know.
And it's cool to see an album where you get like the Wu-Tang guys hanging with the Griselda guys and Joey Badass
and Russ and Logic and Jeezy and all these legends, man.
And then all these jokers and like IDK.
Yeah,
one of the best rappers in the game right now.
All right, let's get into it a little bit. Solid intro from this guy. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Posnos?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't really know. But
solid, nothing too crazy.
Great concept though, introducing you to the whole introspective raps about life.
Yeah. Sets the tone.
Yeah, and he tells like a personal story.
Mm-hmm.
Second track, historic.
I quite like it. It's solid. That's the thing as well. Like this could be. A lot of these guys are just rappers. Like they're just straight up fucking your favorite rapper on here. But there's like good choruses and good themes, and they, like you said, they stick to topics and stuff throughout the songs. Where it's like on another producer album, you might not. On a DJ Khaled, I guess DJ Khaled has choruses, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like on other producer albums, you might not.
Yeah,
get that.
A lot of producer albums are just a corporate fuckfest, and it's just. But see how many crazy names we can throw on.
But
this
it actually has meaning. Some of these.
This is pretty. This is well thought out, and Ransom is.
You had a great verse.
This guy who doesn't miss, in my opinion. Like whenever I hear a random Ransom verse added onto something,
I know nothing about him, but from the features that I've heard, I like him quite a bit.
One of the many rappers that I could get into if I was if I had more time and more energy.
And AZ is also an old school rapper who
cool AZ, as well. Yeah, I mean he was on Illmatic
and Vinyl Days. Don't forget.
True. The second biggest rap album of all time
after Nas. It's Logic.
So different league.
One of my favorites.
That's where he. That's where it's like not all sunny afternoon beats.
It's Griselda type beat.
They threw a Griselda one in there with the haunting piano thing going.
And Benny just slides on it as he does. I feel like we haven't heard from Benny in a little bit, but
yeah, that's the first gangster rap verse on it. That
and terminology fits in well with the.
Yeah, I don't actually know who that guy is.
No, me neither. But he fits in well, in my opinion.
He keeps up with Benny. Like Benny sets the tone, and he definitely keeps up. Next track, Can't Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that was like the hook provided by Nina Sky.
Yeah,
really brought that one together, in my opinion.
I don't know. To me, the chorus sounds like just a bit dated. I don't know. Maybe it's like her voice or whatever. Maybe I'm remembering her from like a song from like 2011 or some shit. Like,
yeah,
it sounds dated. Not in the worst way in the world, but just enough for me to like notice and make a note of it. But I like Steve God or Steve God Cooks, Stove God Cooks. Steve God Cooks would be
his white.
Yeah, who would that be? I don't know. My cousin Steve, who's a really great chef. And Simba versus is alright.
Your dad's friend, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a mean barbecuer.
Simba collaboration, I wouldn't necessarily like see like those guys on a song together. Or Stove God Cooks, like a coke rapper with like more of a conscious kind of guy.
Yeah. But it works.
But I think that like so far I'm loving it.
It's not my favorite song on the album, but
as far as like the flow of an album and just like being on board for it and not like nothing taking you out of it, like I say like from tracks 1 to 7, this is the hottest part of the whole thing. And Simba did have kind of an interesting bar near the end where he poses this hypothetical about like role models and like her mom left her dad for a drug dealer and now her dad is strung out on drugs, so like who's the kid gonna look up to, like the drug dealer or his dad, like kind of asking some interesting hypotheticals.
Yep.
It might seem like a bit of a strange mix of like these coke rappers and then these introspective conscious rappers kind of in the same, but you kind of have to have both in order to set up like the stakes of this world that these people came up through,
There's more crossover than you might think.
And like not to say that these coke rappers can only do songs about selling dope.
Exactly.
Like they have introspective music as well, but on this album they're kind of more relied upon to like bring us that
for sure
that sense of danger aspect to it. The Wu-Tang all get together on track 5.
And it delivers, like it's just verse after quality verse after quality verse off a great beat as well.
Someday we gotta have like a Wu-Tang expert on the podcast or something.
Yeah, because I know next to nothing. I mean, Josh, you've seen Hip Hop Evolution, so you know
I've been
a little bit more than me,
and
probably.
I've been meaning to listen to that Wu-Tang album, but I just have not got around to it yet.
Like, of all of them, I'm probably the most familiar with Method Man.
Yeah, or Ghostface Killah, maybe.
RZA. there are definitely
there's
verses.
There's a lot of great guys in there, obviously, but
these people have been on so many of the great albums that we've talked about.
They're always like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Kind of vibes,
and just the names are so so iconic. Inspect a Deck.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
Yes. I have to get up mighty early tomorrow, so it's a good thing I'm tired. But not tired of this album, because one of the best songs on here is the Next Up with Ain't Too Much To It. With a strange mix of people again here. Bun B, Ab-Soul, and Conway the Machine.
Yeah.
Something that someone might dream of in a weird way. Like, not like a positive dream necessarily, just like, I was in the studio with Ab-Soul, and Bun B was there, and so was Conway the Machine, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. It's a great song. It works really well together. I think it was cool to give Ab-Soul the reins on the chorus. Something that he doesn't really get to do on features all that much.
Yeah, it's like got this like slowed down piano beat. Very like luxurious.
Yeah.
Conway starts off with just like pure flexing and intimidation.
Yeah.
Then like Ab-Soul does his classic double entendres.
Yeah, and just his flow. Yeah, it's classic Ab-Soul.
That are sort of like range on almost dad jokes, but like they are quite clever.
Yeah.
And he has a good chorus as well, and I really like the beat slows down at the end, and he does this whole theme on like time and like
the watches and you gotta watch time and it's almost like not even rapping anymore. He's just kind of talking like he's. It
gets to the point where he's just like giving a speech, and then like
the beat ends. And he's like, "Where are the drums at? Where are the fucking kicks at? I thought I was still going here." But
and like that moment really worked for me.
It just grounded it in reality a little bit.
They just take the beat, they slowly like take elements of the beat out until there's just nothing.
And the rapper's like,
and then he's like, "Wait a second, like
I'm all alone out here, man."
And then it's like that use of silence then makes the next track hit even harder.
I do want to talk about this one bar from Bun B. He said, "I'll be knocking on your door for the bread like Bookman." Is that a Seinfeld reference to when the bookman, the library cop, comes and knocks on Jerry's door asking for the bread where his fucking money's at?
Oh.
If that is the case...
And Bun B's a 90s guy. I don't know. There was no genius annotation. I could be onto something here.
Respect.
So...
He also used the phrase modus operandi on his verse,
don't know.
Which I thought was pretty
What is that?
clever.
What does that mean?
It's just a Latin phrase that means operating, like mode of operation or whatever.
Okay.
Like it's just like that's how I do business kind of deal.
I see. Cool.
So
Bring back Latin.
Little
Latin rappers.
Latin.
That's gonna be the new TikTok trend. Latin rappers, pig Latin rappers.
Yeah,
it'll be fire.
Rapping in pig Latin.
That would be fucking
crazy.
We're bringing back dead languages on the beat. Okay, so the next track, in my opinion, Joey Badass steals the show.
The whole album. You could argue that.
You kind of have to on an album like this. You kind of have to award somebody with like they had the best verse or the best song,
and also like just themselves. It was just a Joey Badass in this song, not really a chorus at all, just fucking straight bars.
He just it's called Life and Times.
Yeah.
Totally philosophical track, just on life, what
just
it means,
everything.
what
just
it means to be alive.
Yeah.
You know, kind of. There's not much to say about it because he kind of covers the whole experience.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't have to. You can kill yourself after
you
hearing a song.
You don't even have to live your life. Really,
you got it. You got it down pat.
But it's like it's simple yet complex. You know, and I don't know. He just makes you feel it.
Yeah.
That track really did it for me.
Yeah. I don't have too much written about it just because, like...
Yeah.
I'd have to screenshot the whole motherfucking thing.
You start screenshotting lyrics, and next thing you know, you have the whole song on your phone. But yeah, like, if you're ever just thinking about how life is crazy, man, just pull up the lyrics to this shit and read it.
Or just listen to the song. Even better. Alright, you're crowning Joey.
And then the album drops off in a major way.
Not necessarily. I don't know if there's like a bad song on here. It's just some that are just kind of okay. The next one, Dropping Bodies with Millies. Never heard of this guy.
Millies is this white rapper that shows up on DJ Academic's page.
Oh, for real?
And people keep saying, you gotta stop sleeping on Millies. He's the next
one of those guys, yeah.
And I don't get it. I don't like it.
It's aight.
He seems annoying to me. He had this bar where he's like, there's guns in my area. it's getting scarier because we're breaking down barriers.
Yes.
And I was just like, man, you're really doing that rhyme scheme.
Yeah,
we've heard that. Man.
Trying too much on that one.
And it's like, come on, you're as a white guy, you're the one breaking down barriers. I don't know. Feel like you didn't have that many barriers.
Yeah, in a terroristic way, maybe.
Perhaps, yeah. Lionhearted.
Yeah.
I thought it had like a decent beat. But
another kind of Alchemist-y type beat.
Kind of just like, that was one of those ones where it was a random assortment of rappers, but I think it just didn't work at all.
Yeah, Bully James does his thing, but this guy, Elzai, it's, it's whatever. I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and Boldy James just couldn't save it.
Yeah.
Really, in my opinion. And, I don't know, they used, like, some sample of, like, Royce da 5'9", so I feel like they were going for sort of a Detroit thing there.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a producer mixtape, so he's got to get some shit off as well. Just put some random... Because there was, like, West Side Gun on here at one point as well, sampled. So... the next one I do actually like, the new Joe with this guy Nems, just because it's fucking grimy, it's out of pocket. A lot of the shit he's saying is just, I'll smack the baby out of the car seat. It's fuck your life after I give you the pipe type bars. Your baby mama's got the softest twat. Is twat the new is twat the new thing?
That's
I don't know.
People are saying twat more. I'm hearing
funny.
it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm hearing it on the streets.
I'm for it. It's fun. It's not like anything too crazy, but it's a fun performance.
I did not like that song.
No, I like it, man. It's fun. It's just a nice break between some of the shit. It's just how it starts off, just like the new Fat Joe. Oh yeah, you know the new Fat Joe. Yeah, Nems, this guy, just really building him up like at the start. I don't think he's gonna be the new Fat Joe.
I'm so sick of these New York people with their fake accents
and their colorful shoes. Complicated. Sorry.
It's just I just thought his shit was annoying. I don't like when somebody is being so aggressive.
No, I like the change of pace.
I guess it's
not the greatest individual song in the world.
It was something, but
comparing it to some of the previous three tracks of like, well, it's just okay. There's something remarkable about it or terrible about it to really have an opinion on. But this one at least is like, okay, it's a little bit fucking crazy.
Next track right here.
It's okay.
Pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. Marco plus this guy is pretty good. Code of the Friends verse is okay.
The piano beat kind of did it for me. Yeah. Honestly, like
a lot of the beats do kind of save some of these songs from it being just completely consequential,
And I think part of it is that like the whole kind of introspective theme that runs throughout. Like there were a lot of rappers that went introspective.
Yeah.
And only some of them really had the lyrical chops to back it up, and some of them don't really, are kind of like, okay, like...
You're not really saying anything that profound or that deep.
It's like when they go around the circle at school and everybody has to say a little thing, then like...
Yeah.
Some of them just don't hit the same, and it's like, you didn't really...
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the feeling that I got from like the Russ song and the G-Eazy song a little bit.
Okay.
G-Eazy was okay.
No, the G-Eazy... It's not... He doesn't steal the show, but he's like probably the most surprising performance of like, this is actually fucking... I really liked that song. There are a few bars on it that are like a little bit corny. He has a whole thing where he's like, and you can't keep up with how fast I'm rapping, boodity doobity doo, or whatever. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is he doing? And he wasn't rapping very fast at all.
That's one of my all-time pet peeves is when rappers will say like... Will do like... Say like a rappity rap thing.
Yeah. Just
to fill in a flow.
Yeah.
Even if they try to justify it by, like, through the writing,
right?
It's like, you gotta say real words, buddy. Yeah. That's not how this works.
Yeah. But no, to me, like, Jeezy, I think it's one of his better verses probably in quite a while, and just, he does do the introspection shit well when he's on his game, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has tracks in the past, and it fits well in terms of the themes of the album. The beat is great, might also help save it a little bit. Or that's why a little bit it's bumped up.
I thought his thing was kind of funny about like having yes men.
Yeah, it's like I could fire you, bro. Like, give me your real opinion. Yeah, again, nothing too lyrical, fucking bar heavy, crazy, but like it's just a solid tune. The one with Red Veal is pretty good too. I thought.
Yeah, it was a short but sweet. That's like a young guy.
Yeah, Logic's whole song is just about playing pool, I guess, making a bunch of pool bars.
I hated Logic's song.
It was okay, but
such a stinker, like low effort. This guy, you cannot get this guy to try on a song.
Come on, yes you can, man.
He will only spend like an afternoon working on something.
I'm gonna say that's bullshit, but also we have 3 Logic songs to talk about later, and they're all terrible, so I can't really back it up today. But
you got me.
I just think his whole work ethic is just way backwards nowadays, and he just doesn't try that hard.
He might not even be be writing at all anymore. He could just be freestyling. He could fool me.
Oh man.
But it's not inoffensive to me as it was to you. And the last song is almost like a posse cut of like a bunch of his homies, I guess, a bunch of people he grew up with, and talking about like their crew, the show off crew or whatever.
Yeah.
Thought it was a decent ending. His child at the end is quite annoying.
No, I thought that was kind of funny though.
But no, well, it just went on for too long. You know, I'm gonna skip it more times than I'm gonna listen to it. But
if you're listening to Static Selecta, I hate your kid.
Pretentious child.
The Russ track was just okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like the worst thing.
But the more it goes on, the more you think, oh man,
why
now Russ, you don't actually have this. Yeah. You don't really have anything interesting to say, actually.
Yeah.
He did the kind of like it kind of falls into like therapist talk, you know, where it's like, oh, I really need to say no more.
Yeah.
Like, oh, big insight.
Yeah. It's revolutionary, really. You know, think about it.
And some of those forced references, like, oh, I'm like C.S. Lewis. I write about fantasy.
Yeah.
There's
nothing to it.
I'm like Elvis. I touched down in Graceland.
Yeah. Yeah, there's... I can't really rate the whole album overall that highly just because there are songs on there where I'm just like, it's just so... It's not mid, but it's just like so painfully just okay, where it's like... Because mid has like a negative connotation to it these days, so I can't call it mid. But like there's like half the songs are just like
just okay is a devastating thing to be, you know.
Yeah. But there are some.
Not that I would know, because I'm proudly terrible.
Yeah.
You thought you were going somewhere else, but you didn't.
But there's enough highs on this album for you to definitely listen to it if you're curious out there. A lot of interesting collaborations, a lot of great beats.
Yeah, no, worth the listen, definitely.
Yeah. First half is
but if you only make it to track 7, I wouldn't fault you for just stopping it.
Oh, the IDK track is also terrible.
Oh, we almost forgot about that
Crazy Ho Factory, Crazy Ho. I don't mind IDK. Like his new album was actually pretty good, but whenever he talks about relationships or sex or women and it's just
cringe.
Yeah, it's just the cringiest shit to me.
And
I just believe he's a virgin for whatever.
I just
don't buy it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a real guy, you know?
No.
And, there was something in his lyric about, I try to be honest, and she says I'm being misogynistic or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, frickin' girls, right? Like,
yeah. It's very frickin' girls, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, whenever, like, a guy is just, like, right off the bat, like, oh, I'm not misogynistic, I'm this, I'm not that, whatever. It's just like, you were the one who said the word misogynistic, so it's already, the stink is already on you.
Well, it's not like you have the female perspective in the song, but I get what you're saying.
No, but it just comes off like a sort of out-of-touch guy thing to say a little bit.
Yeah. IDK about that one. Right. Okay.
Nice. All right, so we made it through another album.
What are we doing next? I still got a few pages here. Do we get off more hate here and talk about the pink tape?
Yeah, this is a hate episode. Even on our positive review of Static Selecta, we got a lot of hating off. Hip hop has just not been good enough lately. On my regular time, like I'm honestly listening to a lot more just old stuff.
Because podcasts. Yeah,
new stuff is just not hitting with me, and Lil Uzi Vert, the pink tape, is a huge example.
Remarkably terrible.
Like, what the fuck are people even on these days?
Like I understand. Okay, maybe if this came out in 2017, I could understand a little bit. But it's doing nothing to push trap forward other than adding shitty fucking metal guitars on top of formulaic trap beats, which has been done in the past.
Yeah.
And screaming and making little growls and noises over certain tracks.
Trippie Redd already did this.
I have written down here a few times. It just sounds like Trippie Redd or fucking City Morgue, like Zillow Kami, one of those guys. Like just terrible, just super formulaic, screamo, rock, rap, trap fuses. And yeah, if you're talking about a fucking slog, 24 tracks, I didn't bother listening to the fucking bonus ones because I'm not
Yeah.
I had no intention of listening to this album.
Oh boy. Listening to this was a slog.
Oh, I was getting pissed, like, throughout. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, is another 4-minute song where it's just gonna be this the whole time? Like...
And, like, I can't believe that this is popular.
I know. Man, it's fucking number one, like, sold 250K first week, you know, like... Okay, and that's the thing as well. Like, the first few tracks, I'm like... You know, maybe if I saw it live, it would be a vibe. You know, pretty mosh pit, pretty heavy. You know, like
yeah, but it's just the same terrible music, just played louder.
Yeah.
And my biggest issue overall with this album is I just don't buy into his whole act of I'm a Satanist worshiper or whatever, but I'm really not. But you know, some people think I am. But
it's he's like a cutesy anime guy, but also he's like a punk fucking metal head at the same time. Like I don't really know what to.
And just this whole thing of like doing like quote unquote demonic type shit in order to make people like think that you know this is all you know devil worshipping stuff and it's all super cool, but really there's nothing going on.
Yeah, it doesn't make it interesting. It doesn't, you know. And there's like not that I look for Uzi Vert for writing or for themes or anything, but there's for a 24-track album, I would expect maybe a little bit of variety or change-ups or mood switches, vibe switches, but it's pretty much the same shrill shit throughout.
Shrill is a good...
there's some remarkably bad tracks that we can talk about. I mean, first of all, starting off the album with "I fuck 8 bitches a day." How could someone ever call Lil Uzi Vert gay? Is kind of fucking crazy.
The first track is one of those "I'm definitely not gay" tracks.
Which is a little bit. Come on.
Let's start off the album strong.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit out of the way right now. I'm not gay.
Yeah.
It's just. The more he says it, the less convincing it sounds.
He says it throughout the album,
The
too. There's a few other times.
Too much.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, you know, because I guess he was reacting to... People saw he was painting his nails or doing whatever, like...
Dressing in skirts or some shit.
Yeah, and, like... Obviously, some corners of the internet really ran with that, and... You know, him wearing upside-down crosses and doing the whole Satan thing, and how that intersects with the whole moral panic about that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's obviously knows what he's doing as far as capitalizing on that. And I
don't think he's an idiot. I just think he makes music for idiots.
Only
idiots could like it.
Yeah.
Sorry if anyone likes it out there, but holy shit.
I liked his song Lucid Dreams from years ago, but...
that's Juice WRLD, homie.
Oh.
You're thinking of
his song, whatever.
Exo
Tour Life,
yeah.
whatever.
He has a few good songs back in the day that I fuck with.
Yeah. But the song... The second track, Suicide Doors, is also, like doing all this, like, demonic shit, like doing these, like, demon screams or whatever throughout it.
That's the whole fucking thing, man.
That's a pretty good impression. But, like, I just don't buy this, like, acting controversial and then, you know, the waves of reaction that took place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily... That doesn't really affect me, because, like, I just think he's just a weirdo, and, like, he's just gonna change up his personality and shit just whenever. Like, I just think he's kind of just a strange guy. He might be doing it, like, strategically, like you said, but... the music is just it's not worth even getting into the fact of where his intentions are. It's just the music is so bad it doesn't matter
really.
A with Travis Scott is pretty bad. Like a slow pace, basic ass lines throughout of just like, my neck is filled with water, I might just fuck around and take your daughter. Like, I knew he was going to say daughter after he said, well, I just knew it.
Yeah,
because it's just so it's just trap bars that you would hear in 2016-17, and that it would pass then because it was hot. But now that it's not as hot, it's you get to really see how fucking nonsensical
how
it
nothing
really
it is. Yeah. The song A with Travis Scott, the most soulless nothing music I've ever heard. Amped was one of the, like, historically bad.
Yeah, I put 3 X's next to that one, because that one was very bad.
Just the voices he does.
Yeah, the Playboy Cardi type baby he just tries too much. Like, he's just doing too much.
Yeah,
and he's like, there's no writing at all.
I'm not even educated enough on Playboy Cardi to say if this is a ripoff.
Yeah.
But it smells like a ripoff to me, even though I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the more authentic version of this is.
Right.
Like, that actually does legitimately get people excited. Mm-hmm. This feels like a cheap imitation.
Yeah.
I can't even hold on to my phone anymore.
Yeah.
There's basically a ton of tracks that I didn't register at all.
Yeah.
I thought Endless Fashion with Nicki Minaj was kind of an interesting track.
I thought that was awful. I thought that was terrible. I mean, at least it was, like, different enough. Because it was on the do blah dabba dee dabba do fucking song or whatever.
Right.
Sample.
It was the melody from I'm Blue that he stole.
Yes. I mean, it's a sample, so it's not necessarily stealing.
Right. But that was,
got it cleared.
That was the first offense there.
Yes.
And it would get worse as far as just totally biting from other artists.
Let's point just to this Nicki Minaj lyric as well. I got a Republican doctor, made my ass great again. MAGA is what she says. That was enough for me to disregard the whole thing.
I got a Republican doctor. Yeah. Right away I was thinking, okay, what's the punchline to this? Yeah. Oh.
Make your ass great again.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say the song That Fire, like he has kind of like a higher voice inflection. It's at least a little bit interesting, but it's still stupid as fuck. And then he also has an interpolation of somebody I used to know on the song "Mama, I'm Sorry." At the very beginning, he does that whole flow, and it's like that song isn't as bad because like it's more of a spacey kind of druggy tune. So at least it's has some sort of theme to it. Like I like the chorus of it, but the verses are still like absolutely nothing at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of just on some emo vibes, but I thought it wasn't that bad of a track, at least. Nakamura had kind of a, like, Japanese...
Yeah, some weeb...
anime vibe to it, which was, like, kind of interesting. Like, it was something, at least.
Yeah. And I don't like the song Just Wanna Rock, but, like, I guess in comparison to some of the other stuff, I understand why maybe it got popular to an extent. Like, I guess it is catchy a little bit, and, like, I found myself singing along to it, like, a little bit, but, like... It's still not good, but compared to some of the other stuff on here, it's like not bad either, you know.
Kind of offends my ears a little bit when I hear it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's also a shorter one, so it doesn't overstay its welcome like a lot of these do.
Near the end, like they get into more collabs, just like him trying shit. Basically, Fire Alarm was like some horrorcore rave type shit.
Just he's trying too much on that.
Featuring Snow Strippers.
Don't know
who that is, but.
Could be one of the worst tracks of the entire year when all things are said and done. Is the Chop Suey cover. I heard it actually with my friends a few days. That was the only one I did hear. The only one I was interested on hearing because I just wanted to see how terrible it is. And it's somehow worse than I anticipated.
It's because he's rapping over like the shittiest. Like low rent version of Chop Suey,
and he's just auto-tune crooning all over it, and it just doesn't fit. There's no interesting element he's adding to it. Like he's not like remaking it in any way. He's just covering it in a terrible.
He's just shitting on a great song. Yeah. Like wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
One of the all times.
Yeah.
But it was almost more of like a what the fuck track.
Yeah.
Like
I think Werewolf might also be as bad, honestly. The one with Bring Me the Horizon where it's almost not even a Little Uzi Vert song.
I was just happy I was listening to like a real instrumentation that like sounded like a real song.
Yeah, I mean it is like just a screamo metal track.
So I was like kind of happy with that one, honestly. But yeah, it just keeps going and going and going.
One with Don Toliver is boring.
It ends off with a feature from Baby Metal, which is I think some kind of Korean.
Baby Metal. I remember this. It's basically like a group of like Korean girls who like don't fuck with metal at all, but they're like all put it like it's completely like a corporate. Thing. It's like
their lives controlled by the label.
It's controlled by the label. They put it all. The label put it all together, and they're like make metal music, and they're like, okay, and they're just and it's and it's like really funny.
That's where rap is going.
Yeah, yikes. If that last song is where rap is going, then we're changing to Rapcast soon, sooner rather than later.
Any type of cast.
I will say the one song that I think is actually kind of decent is the song Rehab, but just because he does get into a little bit of his drug addiction and talks about specifically like some shit. And like it's still maybe a little bit boring.
But you have to listen to 23 tracks before you get there.
And apparently Fouché is on it. Like he says like shout out Fouché, and she's like a little bit in the background, not enough for me to like really think about it.
She's just in the background of a lot of these new albums you're listening to.
But that one, at least, I'm like, okay, thank God there's a song that sticks to a fucking theme, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, if you have to, you're fucking picking at straws, is that a term, or am I losing my goddamn mind?
Grasping at straws?
Grasping at straws for fucking any sort of...
You weren't that off, man.
Yeah.
You're taking...
you got a whole identity crisis.
I think I'm going insane just because of this shit.
After you're going through so much shit, you're, like, accepting the bare minimum.
Yeah.
That kind of shit, yeah.
How many pages do you have left to crumple?
Well, I have singles, and then I have a bunch of Business is Business from Young Thug, but we don't have to get that fucking deep into it.
Yeah.
Do you have a lighter so I can satanically burn the Little Uzi Vert paper, as he would have wanted?
I do.
But
I don't want to set a fire in here.
No.
I'll just light this lighter.
There you go. Oh, careful. People are going to think you're fucking gay. Satanist.
I'm coming for your
Good
kids.
for the thumbnail, though. Good for the thumbnail. Yeah.
Rapcast got that fire.
Don't be surprised to see that on the worst album of the year list for both of us at the end of the year. Because I don't think much will top it. I think Jack Harlow's shit was better than this.
That's saying something.
Oh, I would much rather listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't you listen to the other Eternal Take or whatever and hated it as well?
Yeah, I listened to that. I listened to the Eternal Take and then but I listened to Little Love vs. Rage 2, which is the one that has EXO Tour Life on it, and there was like 4 or 5 like pretty good tracks on there.
Yeah.
And like there's a few like Money Longer or whatever is one of his earlier songs that I like as well. Like I like some of his earlier stuff, but like it's just he just hasn't progressed at all as an artist, it seems. He just keeps doing the formulaic trap shit and just coasting, but somehow people are still eating it up.
Coasting on his own like personal fame, I think.
He's more of a personality probably at this point, but he also doesn't do any interviews and shit, so like I don't know anything about him, you know.
Nardwuar couldn't even get him.
No, Nardwuar could get him, and he does fuck with Nardwuar. It's Playboy Cardi that Nardwuar.
Oh right,
that completely just snuffed Nardwuar.
Playboy Cardi killed Nardwuar.
Oh, I swear to God, if anyone touches a fucking single hair on Nardwar's pretty little head.
Yeah, somebody said it's like you as a person will be judged based on how you treat Nardwuar, and that's valid as hell.
He's like the Good Samaritan. Mm-hmm. It's a reference to the Bible. I don't know if you guys probably went over your head.
I'm not tuned in for that.
I'm a little Uzi Vert Satanist. So I don't know.
This shit made me want to fucking worship God.
Yeah, it's like how like Christians accuse of other Christians. I bet you didn't even read the Bible and you're calling yourself a Christian. Yeah. I could say the same about Uzi Vert. I bet you didn't even read the fucking Necronomicon. You call yourself a Satanist.
I know, like if you want to be a Satanist, like do some research, you know? Yeah. You could do some really satanic shit if you want. But like instead on a song he's literally like, I wasn't Satanist, but then people said I was, so I decided fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. You have some, if you had some fucking O. Ron Hubbard bars, like I'm all for that, man. Like do some of that shit. But
well, like that's kind of what he was hinting at with Eternal Take. Like people thought, like you know, there might be some whole concept about like aliens and like you know, but
it was completely ditched. It seems like there was maybe a few skits on that of just like, oh, where am I? Ugh. There's a bunch of little technological like little noises going on throughout, but it doesn't. No story was being told. All right. That's quite enough of that, I think.
As far as music we don't like.
Yeah, let's get into some... We can get into some singles. There's still a few albums. I'll talk about Dominic Fike real quick, just because I did really enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
A whole lot. It's not really rap. It's more so like indie pop rock shit, but there are, like, he is rapping on a lot of the songs. Like, he has rap verses, probably more so than his previous album, but, like, it's very summery, very... like, the instrumentation's really good. The singing is pretty great throughout. There's maybe two or three songs that I don't really like as much. But I've only heard it like twice, so I'm waiting for it to grow, but also like first jump I'm like, oh, this is right up my bag. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, I think we talked about Dancing in the Courthouse on the last one.
Very briefly, yeah.
And that song has like grown on me a lot more. Like I've been listening to it more lately. Mm-hmm. I like the song
triumphant, feel good.
Ant Pile as well.
Yeah, that one's more of like a love story throughout the years of like, you know, you have a crush when you're in middle school versus like you're in high school kind of thing. And
yeah, no, like I thought that's like Dominic Fike at his best when he's like this sort of light, nostalgia
shit,
stuff like, about growing up, and you know, because I feel like that's kind of like him being on Euphoria, and like there's exploring the themes of adolescence in like sort of a funny way that doesn't take itself too seriously.
Which he tackles a lot on here as well.
And just like there's a lyric about like first grade I got tied to an ant pile.
Yeah.
Which is just like such a like nonsensical like how does one get tied to an ant pile?
Yeah, because first of all, I think what he means to say is ant hill, because I've never heard the term ant pile. I've heard ant hill, and how do you? It just
but it's just like the idea that like it was rough in my first grade.
It doesn't matter exactly what he's trying to say.
It's just a funny image anyway.
A lot of good imagery on here as well. There's a song with Weezer, Think Fast. It's very brief, but it's on there. You can hear Rivers Cuomo.
The feature of Weezer, like, I'm pretty sure they took parts of the Sweater song.
Yeah, there's a sample. There's at least a sample or some sort of like guitar riff.
But I thought that was really cool how they...
It's not just a chop suey cover of just completely ripping someone.
It was done in a clever way where they made a new song out of...
Where I didn't even notice it at first. I had to listen to it like twice and be like, oh, I think that's Weezer.
But like, as you listen to it, if you're a Weezer fan, you notice it.
If you're a fan of the podcast, we've done this game before of like, you have to match rappers through features and stuff, like 3 Degrees kind of thing. You could almost add Weezer at some point, because they did a song with Vic Mensa as well. Now they got one with Dominic Fike. There might be a third one out there. Gorillaz, maybe they had like a Gorillaz collab at some point or something. Like
that's the direction hip hop is headed.
Yeah,
Weezer towards Rivers Cuomo.
Yeah, we're bringing Virgin Core back into the fucking spotlight. Yeah, the song "Pasture Child" is very like kind of like country, not country song, but like very. The imagery is very country of like calling you on your landline type of thing, like. I don't know, the imagery is very solid on this.
There's a very, like, 90s/2000s kid energy to, like, the songwriting.
It's almost like a Bob Cajun kind of.
Yeah. A little bit. The only song I didn't really like was Mama's Boy, just because it was just a little bit too weird. Like, did you peep that one?
I did hear that one. I thought that like the instrumentation was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like the instrumentation a lot, but just the vocal...
Lyrically, there wasn't that much going on.
Yeah, and the pitch of his voice was just kind of annoying.
Speaking of pitch, though, I didn't like the outro track very much.
What Kind of Woman? I thought it was okay. That's not
because
one of my favorites.
Because he's doing this high voice thing, and it just sounded pitchy to me, or sounded way off.
I like the song Dark, where he gets like... Because you don't really know a lot about Dominic Fike, but Dark kind of gives you just a little bit more introspection.
Well, we all know that like he was in prison before he's popped off as an artist. So,
well, he talks about like how his mom went to jail and shit, and there was drugs around the house all the time.
Hearing more about the background of that.
Now I understand why he has face tattoos. I finally get it.
Yeah,
but he has the Apple one, like the Apple logo, like underneath his eye. And I'm still.
Hey man,
industry plant? Does that mean? Is that all of a sudden mean it's industry plant?
Well, a plant is a fruit, so.
You just blew my fucking mind with that one.
I thought you were about to freak out at me for doing like a dad joke or something. I was like,
I'm a fan of Logic. I'm cool with that.
I was bracing for impact there. I was like, don't kill me.
It's hot in here and I'm fed up and shit.
It's about Oppenheimer levels.
I think when it's hot in here and we're talking about an album that sucks, like we just get
so sick of
hostile,
you.
man.
I'm sick of this podcast.
God, sorry, I just fucking kicked you.
Don't worry about it. The fact that I know we're almost done is getting me through it. But yeah, shout out Dominic Fike. I'll be listening to it all summer long.
I think it's
much better than his last one.
It's gonna grow on me a lot more.
And that's the thing. That's the cool thing I like about Dominic Fike is that he could just be a Post Malone. He like the song Mona Lisa from the Spider-Man soundtrack. He could just be like a pop rapper kind of guy.
But that song is on here too. So
is it? I didn't see it on my version. Maybe it's a bonus.
It's right after Dancing in the Courthouse.
Oh, weird. I don't have it.
But yeah, because I was listening to that and I was like, this sounds familiar. But yeah, it's because I heard it on this.
Well, that elevates the album even more for me because it is a good song.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like he, on this album even, like on his previous album, like he's trying shit. He's experimenting. Like he's not just being a formulaic. Like he's not just taking the Post Malone route. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying. He's not just going for the obvious features. Like he could have had. He's on Euphoria, he could have had a Drake feature maybe, who fucking knows, right? Like, he could be a lot bigger than he is now, and there's not really an obvious hit on here either to me. I think he's just trying to actually
Dancing
make good music.
Dancing in the Courthouse could be,
but the fact, it's been out for a while, I don't know where it charted or anything, but, like, it doesn't seem like he's, like, chasing hits or chasing Billboard and chasing fame, really. It seems like he's content with making, like, actually good music. So
yeah, no, I mean, I'm cool instead of getting the Drake feature, he went with Weezer.
Yeah, which, I'll take it at this point.
But yeah, he's in a cool pocket of alternative, singer-songwriter stuff, but with a hip-hop,
sort of like
a hip-hop twist, but not like forced. Like it's not like, oh, here's my whole song, and then I shove this rap verse in.
Yeah,
like,
the
rapping makes
puts
sense.
The rap into these songs in a way that makes sense. Yeah, it's not jarring either.
What did I call it? Because I'm organizing my music board app into like genres and things, which is like a basically letterboxed for music. What did I call it? Shit. Alternative pop, I guess.
Yeah.
That's been a genre, but I see what you're saying.
It's not a genre, but like I
feel like it is though. Alternative. I've heard alternative pop before. Maybe not on the billboards or whatever,
that's like an oxymoron because alternative, like,
yeah, how can it be both popular and
guess.
alternative at the same time? But yeah, it's these terms are made up.
Yeah.
Josh tried to make a joke about Oppenheimer before, but I kind of talked over him.
Yeah, that's all
what was it?
It was like,
tell the joke again, Josh.
It was basically when you were like freaking out, when like being angry and shit. I'm like, it's about to get Oppenheimer levels of explosive.
Oh, nice.
It was not a good joke. So I'm glad you
Oppenheimer levels.
I'm glad you talked over me on that shit. But it's funny. I saw watching the trailer. I saw Josh Peck.
Yeah, Josh Peck is in it.
Josh Peck started World War III.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As far as I'm concerned, he sure did.
But Drake Bell was nowhere to be found.
We gotta keep going here. I'm fucking sweating. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to go that deep into his business as I thought by Young Thug. Alex, did you listen to this project?
I listened to this and I said, yeah, Young Thug, you probably should be in jail. Cause
in what way?
I don't know. He just gives guilty vibes to me.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Your Honor, he just gives guilty vibes.
But to me, the music slaps. I actually fuck with this album pretty hard.
Objection, really? Objection, Your Honor. It just slaps.
It just sounds so demo-y and so, like, uncompleted to me.
I mean, it's not like I'm not going to Young Thug for a conceptual fucking put-together masterpiece. I'm going just to hear random song next to random song, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with, the songs I fuck with, Parade on Cleveland with Drake, I think is hard. Money on the Dresser is fun.
No, I kind of enjoyed that one.
Cars Bring Me Out with Future is hard. Pouring Weed in Her Pussy feel like Bob Marley. Fuck out of here with that shit. That was crazy, bro.
Okay, can we get some explanation on that one, though? Like, Cars Bring
Me Out.
Like, what does that mean?
He's an introvert, and only if there's cool cars outside is he gonna come out and play.
Why is that?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Maybe cars are gonna bring me out of prison.
Like, oh yeah, my cars bring me out.
I only go out. I will only go outside if I know that I'm gonna see the movie Cars.
Yeah.
I need to have my Cars blankie with me when I'm outside, or else I get scared.
Owen Wilson better be fucking going ka-chow, or else I'm not going outside.
Gucci Grocery Bag is such an annoying song.
Yeah, that one's not great. With the Racks is okay with Travis Scott and 21 Savage, not my favorite. Uncle M is okay. I liked Abracadabra with Travis Scott quite a lot. I like the vocal inflections, the chorus. Super catchy. Travis Scott matches the vibe decently well. Went Through It was pretty bad, I thought. But Oh You Went with Drake, I thought was pretty good. Cool sample, cool metro beat. They complement each other nicely. Same with Want Me Dead, 21 Savage and him complement each other nicely. Hellcat Kenny with Lil Uzi Vert I thought was pretty fucking funny. They both talk about women's cracks. Thug says he wants to come in her crack. Uzi says she begging me to come piss in her crack. So...
riveting commentary.
Yeah, honestly, man, I don't know. It just had this feeling to me of like this is just kind of nothing. Like
people are saying that online too. Like people, Thug fell off. It's so demo-y. It feels like he didn't have anything to do with it. And I'm like, sure, but like, there's still some songs in here that I fuck with. Like, it's not a great album listening experience, maybe, but like, I come out of this with like 6 or 7 good songs, so it's cool by me.
I wanted to highlight something from the song Hellcat Kenny.
Yeah.
Demon child, I could get your mama rich. Got no problems getting it in your sister's kid. Got no problem getting all your children lit.
Excuse me?
Like, I don't know, man. Like,
who said that? Who's your Thug?
Thug.
He should be in jail.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, how are people supposed to hear this and not think that all Hollywood is all a bunch of pedophiles?
I'm not saying free Thug out here. I'm just saying the music is kind of fun. No, you know.
Like, I actually thought that song had kind of an interesting, like, minimalistic.
That's what
vibe to it.
Same.
But sometimes I'm hearing lyrics and I'm thinking, this is like horrible. Like,
yeah, that's
horrible. Why would you ever even think that? Like, or think to publish that thought? But like, that's kind of what Young Thug is for. Like, he's just such a enigmatic, off the wall guy that, you know, sometimes that's the whole appeal of it. Mm-hmm. And even though you were hating on went through it, I kind of fucked with that song because of it, like the emotion in his voice. Like he's kind of,
I didn't like.
He's kind of committing to
Yeah.
the performance of it a little bit more. So
I also thought it was just kind of a basic. I didn't really get anything out of me, but I thought Jonesboro was okay. The last two tracks weren't like the Hoodie song was pretty bad with B Slime and Little Got It. And he has another fucking Nate Ruess fucking feature from Fun on the end.
Fun feature.
It wasn't very fun to me, but
it's because Nate Ruess was on another Future song.
Yeah, or Thug song
called "I Love You," which is actually a good song.
I don't really remember that one.
I Love You More Than Anything.
I didn't like this one very much. The outro of this one, but
I listened to Young Thug's last album and
I
pretty enjoyed a lot of it.
I came out with. I didn't listen to all of Punk, but like I got like 6 or 7 tracks that I liked out of it.
Yeah.
And the same. I listened to this one and I got 6 or 7 tracks that I like out of it. So I'm like, to me, it's a win. I don't know.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about the intro track with Drake is that when Thug shows up and says the phrase "business is business," ad nauseum,
business, yeah, a little bit too much.
I get it. I would say like of all the stuff that like is savable for me is just like when he does like funny voices and like
that's like, him at his best.
Obscene lyrics that like you know
he's just like what? Who else is gonna say this shit? You know, like
but
maybe not in the best way because
overall
it
just I don't know. It just felt like. Yeah, man, I don't know.
I thought it was a solid 6.
You killed a guy, so maybe you should stay.
I thought it was a solid 6 or 7 out of 10. If I'm being real,
I'm not an expert on the whole case, but
me neither.
It seems like pretty obvious that he
he's
did many crimes and probably deserves to be in jail. So like I feel comfortable saying that as.
But also, I'd rather have
position.
I'd rather have Kodak in jail than Thug, just because like
if I had to choose.
Also because Thug is just a better musician, but.
Yeah, because I mean...
But for real, it's free YNW Melly. That's on God.
Yeah, and that's on Slime. On B Slime.
New Alchemist EP out now, 4 tracks.
Actually good music.
Very good. First track with Earl Sweatshirt and Billy Woods is probably the best one. That's no surprise. They have great chemistry, great beat. There's nothing... to write home about really, but like it's just all good. Like there's really nothing.
Earl's verse
bad about it.
Definitely like has this theme of dreams versus nightmares. Is a line that he says, and kind of like he opens it up with like this kind of dreamy, thoughtful, poetic. Like it starts off the whole thing in a great way. And
already gets you into the right headspace just listening to the first track. Just like okay, we're
like references like Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
But I actually thought Billy Woods' verse was like even better. Like as far as like
I thought it was great.
Getting to more substantial points.
True.
He had a funny line about your hot song was just a couple funny lines I would have summarized.
Yeah.
And this whole
that's very poignant nowadays.
And this
everything we talked about today.
This thing at the end of the verse where he's talking about like the blood of tyrants and like the price of it and like how has this kind of whole reflection on inflation sort of when it comes to like this revolutionary consciousness that is like kind of underneath the surface of like a lot of the Billy Woods.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't peep that. I didn't look that into it, but
just show, man. He has musings that definitely like have stuff.
We're 2:15 into here. Don't blame us. Y'all aren't even listening no more.
TF and Boldy James.
Hard. Pretty haunting track.
Yeah.
TF spits with conviction on this shit. He sounds fucking ready to fucking shoot on command.
Boldy James gives that kind of sense of danger that he's good at.
Fits the vibe well.
I like his verse. He has a line of like, from the land of the scant to the home of the scurvy.
Yes.
Which is just like, what does that even mean? I don't know.
It sounds cool though.
Can't tell you.
He mythologizes about his own background in such a way that always kind of brings me like. And Bully James also put out an EP recently that had some good tracks.
I didn't listen to it, but I take your word for it.
But he's very prolific. Very, very prolific. Mike shows up on the next track.
Yeah, I thought it was solid.
Didn't have as much to say on it.
Yeah, probably the weakest one, but not because it's bad or anything. Just like it's, it's good.
But a classic Alchemist production. The piano and the guitar.
Talking about the father of like slums music.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's him.
And Alchemist uses the vocal samples to a level that no one else does quite. Like.
Yep. And the last track, Made No Oil, with Larry June, Jay Worthy, and Alchemist. I'd probably honestly say Alchemist has the better verse on there, or at least the most memorable. Larry June kind of sounds bored on it, but that's kind of his style, so I'm not going to hate on it too much.
Alchemist, I like how the whole tape is leading up to his verse at the end of the last song. It says something about doing math on the abacus.
Yeah, I thought that was hard.
Has this whole thing, I'm the product of the 70s, the Gaudis and the Genovese.
Nice.
Something blah 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 about paying off the crooked deputies, so he kind of does old school crime novel kind of stuff. Which is sick.
Few singles here we can get through quick. Probably the most notable one is Doja Cat, Attention. What'd you think of that one?
I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that she's kind of coming at it with confrontational energy about, all these people saying shit about me online, about going bald, my pussy.
Saying she can't rap,
That being said, I thought this song, the hook or anything, didn't really stick with me that well.
Yeah, it's not like other Doja Cat music, but I think it's a good, in terms of the poppiness and the catchiness and melodies and shit, but I think it's a good mix of, the chorus is kind of still very Doja Cat-y to me. The song shit, the very kind of sexual, luxurious kind of sounding chorus, but then the raps are very much what she wants to do now, I guess, is she's going to have a rap album, and I think it's pretty solid. She's a capable rapper for sure.
In terms of tracks that are more a statement about I'm back and this is what I'm doing and fuck the haters.
Yeah, it's maybe not the best single, but it's a decent track.
It definitely did what it was supposed to, but I'm waiting to hear more as far as
for sure.
a big hit from her.
Yeah, well that's the thing. She might not be chasing the hits right now. That's the thing. So
or even a hit in the rap.
Yeah,
the world of
see if she can do
rap
it.
Fans. Yeah, which is the same category as Billboard.
I also like on the song that she kind of plays with the idea of addiction in terms of sexually addicted and also kind of just fame, addicted to fame and stuff, lusting over it, fiending for it, kind of thing. It works pretty well together. The themes of it all. So shout out Doja Cat.
Solid track, but I'm waiting on the album to really give my final word on it.
Yes, I'll concur there. 3 Logic tracks, they're all bad in their own unique ways. Figure It Out is a Mac DeMarco fucking ripoff, just acoustic guitar, not saying anything of interest. Singing is pretty corny. The song Noel is a love song about his wife. Instrumentation is nice, but it's really repetitive, and he says fucking 4 lines, and he just repeats it over and over again. And then Check Please is with C. Castro and someone else that I don't remember, and it's just super basic trap song talking about crypto and shit. It's, forget about it. Just forget about it. Forget about it, man.
The Logic Podcast.
Fuck, man. It's literally every episode we talk about Logic because he keeps dropping music that isn't very good.
You just need to protest at one point.
We need to go to his house and just
y'all just got to get me to stop listening to this shit, and then we'll finally stop fucking talking about it.
Next time I see you listening to it, I'll smash your computer.
Fair enough. New Earth Gang song, Bobby Boucher. Sorry. I think it's super vibey. I like the Dr. Dot verse quite a bit, the first guy. I like the chorus. It's kind of weird that Olu is high pitch, does his whole verse high pitched. I thought that was a strange choice, but I think it's decent. It's vibey. It's cool. I didn't see the music video yet.
I haven't heard it yet.
Their Earth Gang is free. They're no longer on. They're on Dreamville, but they're not on. I think Universal or whoever the fuck. So I think a new EP is coming soon. So looking forward to that. New Trippie Red song is actually really good. I thought it's a kind of 80s style song. Solid delivery on his verses. Kind of sounds like a Drake flow, but I'll let it slide. And the chorus by Sky Morales is really good, I thought, as well. Earl Sweatshirt making the band. New Earl song, hillbillies-esque. Like, this might be what rap is coming to now, of like, this hillbilly sound, this kind of song. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. It's like, kind of drill, but it's not, like... But they're also not really rapping in pocket either. Like, I don't know what to call it.
It's kind of dancey, but it's still kind of sad in a way.
Yeah, and it's still like an Earl song. Like, he still has solid like lyricism throughout. I think it's super hard.
Yeah, like I don't know if it can be likened to hillbillies that strongly. Because
I just thought the beat wise was pretty similar. But.
Beats, yeah, but as far as like guys that we know are capable lyrically, instead going the route of trying to make a more fun or humorous song that still has like a
maybe
danciness to it.
What got it for me, but like
it's an interesting like. It's like some producer out of Germany or something that he got that beat from that is kind of popping up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like it sounds like a fucking dance song that went through the washer a few times. And then
got to Earl somehow and he was like, let's do it.
Yeah, somehow he rapped over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his lyrics are kind of Earl Sweatshirt at least. You know, it's the more kind of street-based, like about like selling drugs and stuff like that. But in not such a specific way, just kind of a little Gene Hackman we get in a way, like so he's like throwing in kind of obscure references in there. Like,
it does kind of remind me of like some of the stuff off Sick, like Titanic or 2010 even, you know, like that kind of style of beat or that kind of just that flow or that
sort of his take on the modern
a little bit.
But it's definitely what I want to see from like people who I know are lyrically capable on that level, like Earl and Kendrick, is to see them
have fun and experiment and try.
You know, just like the coloring book, the coloring outside the lines. You know, like doing what's not expected of you.
Because it would get boring if Earl just made some rap songs over and over and over again. You know, like we should applaud progression in fucking our favorite artists, even if it means that they make music that is a little bit different than what it's maybe not as good or you don't like.
And just like guys trying to make people dance in the new way that people dance or whatever, like the way that people enjoy music now, instead of resting on your laurels and just going like. But that being said, he is also doing like a show where it's the 10th anniversary of Doris, and he like did a whole Doris show. So like that's kind of you know using your body of work to your best of your abilities as far as profitability goes. But he's not just doing the classics at all. Like you know, it's good to know that he's actively pursuing new sounds. So that's good. As far as this whole podcast has been about where's hip hop going, and that this finally we found something we're actually kind of excited about.
It could be
with no layers of irony at all.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We genuinely do like this shit. Okay.
I was gonna say with that we're done, but with the Juice WRLD Cordae song, did you hear it for Lyrical Lemonade?
Yeah.
For Trading Bars, I fuck with it.
Know.
It's not as corny as either of their stuff has been. It's probably one of the better posthumous Juice.
I just don't like the beginning part when he's like, "Yo, I'm
eating ice cream.
I'm eating ice cream.
A lot of caramel." Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's got Eminem,
it's corny,
and I'm rapping over an Eminem beat.
It's a bit corny, but I like the song. I like the video a whole lot, and we're gonna get a Lyrical Lemonade mixtape, whatever that means. So,
isn't it kind of eerie though, hearing Juice WRLD going back and forth with somebody who's alive? To me, and then he's like telling like punchlines and stuff, but like these are jokes from a long time ago, so they're not really to me like anymore. It's not like I forget that he fucking died, but like this song, it didn't remind me as much of his death because all of his other posthumous stuff is talking about how he has a drug addiction and it's gonna kill him and shit, where this is more of just a fun fucking track just going back and forth. It doesn't like it's not the best thing on either of their discographies or anything. It's not supposed to be taken too seriously, I hope. But to me it's cool, and I'm glad that we got it, you know. I just hope that the kids listening to it look up the Eminem version, the original Eminem version of the song, which is miles above whatever this new shit the kids are doing nowadays. But
speaking of what the kids are doing nowadays, show alert! Our very own Jay Pasty here has a show. you won't get this one. It'll be July 14th. James Street North is that where I will be seeing this show for Art Crawl, Hamilton Art Crawl. This is Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So if you're not in Canada, don't worry about it. But they got another show at the Casbah on the 29th, I believe.
Hamilton, yep. It's an afternoon show. So
check it out. It's this guy Duck Eye. It's like R&B shit. Do you want to play one of the songs just as an outro as we dip out of here?
Alex heard it today, just now, like this afternoon.
Yeah, I've heard a bit of it just from you playing it, practicing
out of the songs songs I requested, which one do you think would be better?
I think Attachment is kind of the more poppy one out of the two that you showed me. But I like the other one as well. See You Through.
Yeah.
You know, he's got different energies that he's doing, and
that's the why.
More than anything, I'm excited that you get to perform with this guy.
Yeah.
And playing the guitar up there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. I got a 6 solo on I get to solo on Attachment because the singer Gabby couldn't make it. She couldn't make it, so I get to. It's like they just said, okay, just do your thing on it instead. And I'm like, yes, my time to shine, baby.
So on Instagram, it's Duck Eye, but it's Q and then Duck and then AI. So I thought on the Instagram, if you want to keep up.
And I'm excited to see it because he wears this duck mask as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting vibe. I'll be taking photos. But on 29th in the Casbah, I doubt any of you are anywhere near us or anything, or
probably even watching it.
At this point, there's no fucking way. But
2.5 hours in.
Yeah, few and far between.
Play us out.
But here's Duck Eye. I'm gonna get my dance on, my groove on. I'm gonna go to sleep. Rapcast 53. Summertime, baby. Okay, play us out.
Skin on the glow, chocolate. You glow as well, like lava lamp. Back through the cars, and fly like a jet. Lips in my mouth, and lips on your neck. We take a sec to breathe from the mess. Could I repair, or would you be stressed? Could I be?
Let's all do coke, guys. Yes! Let's do it. 2 more hours of time.
Safe, vicious bonds, that'd be a bad thing. We'd end in a sad.